let you. You're here. I'm just gonna let you introduce yourself.
Okay.
Versus like taking away the thunder.
Well, hi everybody. I'm Cauliflower, Kayla. Happy to be here today.
That was it?
See this? I don't. What do you?
We
what do you want me to say?
We have over
Hi,
4 hours
let's
just
do this,
segmented
let's
for
do
you
this.
to intro.
Hey, all right. Well, hi everybody. My name's Kayla. I go by Cauliflower on Twitch. I'm a variety gamer. You might know me from my Dead by Daylight
Okay.
content, my horror games, my Apex, everything.
That's what it is. And you've done some cosplay too,
Yes.
which is pretty rad.
I do a lot.
Yeah, I've tried to put together a cosplay, but it was pretty much just me wearing a unicorn onesie. I was pretty proud of it, but outside of that, like that's the extent. And actually, I never wore it. My whole community is probably going to now be very mad because they're.
We need pictures.
It's because I owe them. I owe them that. But we are here today, hanging out with Cauliflower. Now, Cauliflower is an interesting one because I mean, there's a ton of people. We have about 400 people already hanging out. It's not cauliflower spelled like cauliflower. It's
No.
because of how your name is, which was like an interesting
Yeah.
thing. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So everybody always thinks it's like the veggie. You pronounce it like the veggie, I guess. But so my real name's Kayla, but spelled like Kala is in cauliflower,
Okay.
and it was a nickname that I had in high school.
Yeah.
Just some people were making fun of my name.
And I just realized that we matched today. Like we're both wearing
We
black
do.
and blue jeans. Look at this. I didn't wear Docs.
Sorry.
It was I brought them, but I was like, yeah, there's no way that this is
just
gonna be.
didn't put 'em
I
on.
just didn't put them on. But yeah, we're here today and hanging out. So today's gonna be an absolutely awesome day. It's gonna be a day of PC building, and then we got some Apex Legends, which is kind of started to be a trend. Very popular game, and that's something that you've been getting into, right? So and not even in a light way. You've actually done some Twitch rivals, like.
Yeah. No, I competed in 2 Twitch rivals, and I got 3rd my first time and 2nd the next time. Granted, I was playing with a bunch of pros. I got to draft my team, so I got to pick some really cool people that were very good and helped me. But
Okay.
yeah, it's
Well,
going
I want
really
you to
well.
I want you to go like this. This is my bar, and now I'm playing with Roby, so my bar is way down.
It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Tomber was back there showing me how to actually. I didn't know this, but if you push the left mouse button, you actually shoot.
Oh, really?
And I didn't like this whole time. I didn't actually know that you could use the weapons. I just thought they were to make you look good. So I was like, oh, cool. You know, I was feeling pretty good. So I was like, I thought my whole job was literally just to collect loot for other people. So I was like, oh, look at all these legendaries somebody's going to get as soon as they. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm not that bad, but it'll be fun. Today we're going to be building a pretty awesome PC. Let's talk, before we go into the PC parts, we're going to talk about those here in a minute, but I've heard something interesting about what is the core processor that is in your current system, because this is unique.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man. You know, I told them I needed key cards when
Okay.
we were doing the interview. I have what was it? I don't remember.
Okay,
It was a 7.
so it's actually a workstation. So you actually are running a workstation at X, which is absolutely which is super cool. But this is still going to be a heck of an upgrade. But your dad actually is your dad like a PC builder? Okay, so talk.
So I've had a couple builds now, but every time I have help. And it's kind of like my friends or my dad or whoever
Right.
gets the list of everything. They help me get everything, and then they basically do it for me.
That's okay.
So I'm not super tech savvy,
It's okay.
but I'm gonna learn.
You are. In fact, you're going to build the majority of this PC. So this
I'm
one, like, I'll be here to help, but more like a guide. Like I'm like your spirit guide. Like and like think of this as like we're on a Disney Channel show, and I'm literally like that little, I don't know,
Like-
Jiminy Cricket who's going to help you through PC building and stuff like that. That's a terrible
You're my Jiminy
visualization, but we'll go
Cricket.
from there. Let's talk about the parts that we're putting in the PC today because they are actually pretty good. Starting with the CPU, we're using the Intel 11900K. Right now, this processor has come down actually quite a bit in terms of cost. They're about $580. I think it's like $584, which has been really cool. So the value for this thing is actually come down. So and a little bit easier to get a hold of, which has been super nice. So great CPU. We're starting that. For our motherboard, and we're going to pull the parts from the back and try not to mess up the beautiful job. This MSI MAG Z590 Gaming Carbon, it's got like the rainbow already, so it's already RGB'd out even on the box. So we know for a fact that anytime you add RGB, you're already getting 200, 500% better performance. The more lights,
absolutely.
the better.
Yes.
Which is also super cool. Since I've got the SSD right here, we've got 2 storage solutions here. We've got an Intel 670p, which is Intel's latest NVMe SSD, and then we've also got a Crucial P5, giving you 2 terabytes of NVMe storage, which is nice, very, very fast storage, which means your games are going to load beautifully, great, and that's, that's less time that your streamers, your people watching need to wait. You've also got this actually incredible 4 terabyte Western Digital Black hard disk drive. So for all of your Death by Daylight and basically cat memes, your cosplay pictures, all that sort of stuff, you can basically you have that squared away for that. I don't know if you collect any other weird images, but we're just gonna pretend whatever it is, that's what it's for, and it's black, so it's super secret. We'll leave it at that. For your RAM, Crucial Ballistics. This is a 2x16 kit, so it's 32 gigs, which is great. So in other words, if you wanted to upgrade later and put in some more RAM, should you decide to get like hardcore into video editing or anything like that, just gives you a little bit of extra, kind of growth for your PC in general. And then let's see. Oh, cooling. I love these. These are a lot of fun. These are actually customizable, which is something a lot of people don't know about. But this is the Corsair H100i Capellix, Elite Capellix. Great cooler. All in all, like you can unscrew the little plate that goes on the AIO. So if you wanted to put like a dragon or whatever it was, like you had the option of doing that. There's actually companies you can buy this from. The other thing too is it's just like, because we're using the Corsair kind of RGB ecosystem with their ML120 Pros. That means you also have a lot of options with their IQ software to change your lighting however it looks. Right now, the primary theme is you've got like a red, black, and white theme. It's kind of what we decided to go with. But with IQ, it's just very, very customizable, and you have a lot of options in terms of your lighting, which is great. The part that everybody is always excited about is not this, but it's not sexy, but it's important, and that is your MSI MAG 8A50GF. This is your power supply. You kind of need one of these. The good thing about having an 850, which is kind of cool, is that you could go up to a 3080 or whatever next version, 4000 series or whatever from this, and you'll have more than enough power and headroom for that, which is great. Should you decide to custom water cool, or who knows what else you decide to do with this. You never know. This might change your whole perspective on streaming. It could
be my new thing.
And then finally, the part that everybody's waiting for, and a big thank you to MSI for hooking this up. This is the MSI Ventus RTX 3070. Ooh, does it line up just right there? Okay, there we go. It's good. MSI Ventus RTX 3070, great for 1440p gaming. You pay at 1080p right now, so you've got some opportunity to move up. Any game like Apex, you're looking at on a 3070 with an 11900K, you're looking at 200 plus frames per second unlocked, which is going to be more than enough for you to play like a pro. Unless you're me, it doesn't matter how many frames. You just play like Roby. But you're way better than I am already. So it should be an absolutely awesome build. The other thing that's really nice is you're basically only dealing with IQ and Dragon Center. So from a compatibility and basically control perspective, very, very light on that side. And should be pretty straightforward in terms of the build. Now, the last thing that isn't here, that we'll look at here in a minute, is we've got her case, and she's using the Corsair 5000D Airflow. If you watch my channel and you watch some of the stuff we just recently did, an ultimate case review on that, some of the best thermals we've seen in a case, and it's just an overall, paired with the ML120s, it's going to be nice and quiet, plus nice and cool, so you should have a great, great PC on your hands.
I'm excited.
Any questions? I just did a lot of talking, and you were like,
I'm just like,
numbers.
Information overload. I'm excited about the flashing lights, the pretty colors,
there you go.
RGB. Let's get into it.
It makes it go power, and when you put it all together, it goes beep, beep, boop, boop, and then boom, everything goes. Everything's
and then
great.
Video games.
Yeah, play video games, exactly. So it should be a lot of fun. And then so the other thing too is, by the way, guys, we will have giveaways that are going to happen throughout the show. We have some actually pretty rad stuff. I'm super excited. We're here celebrating Pride as part of this whole thing. It's hence the change in the logo. But we have this really cool, I hope we have a picture of it, this really cool mouse mat. Now, we're also giving away some great stuff like a 500 gig NVMe SSD. We've got 32 gigs of RAM. We've got a 1 terabyte SSD, which is one of their externals. We've got 512 gig 660p. But down there, we've also got also an 11600K. We've got as well as that. But those swag kits, if we can show one of those, they're super, super cool. They've got the mouse mats that says "Love is Love." Just some really, really cool gear that we're going to be giving away, and we're going to be doing codes. Throughout the show, we'll be giving you codes throughout the show, and you just need to enter those to win, and then you'll be notified post the stream of whether you won or not. So you need to tune in. All of the stuff is going to happen throughout the stream. We're going to be giving you those codes, and then you're going to basically walk away. Oh, and then, hey, let's go do the first code. The first code is going to be pride. So there we go. On top of that, I didn't even know I was gonna nail it right there, but there it is. First code is pride, and then you can see the swag kit over there to the right. That mouse mat's hot. Just saying.
I want one.
Well, I think we know somebody.
Okay.
Definitely. I think we can hook that up.
Good.
But there's the first one from there. And so I think we have a total of 10 codes that we'll be giving out throughout the show. But the first code for your additional entry is pride. So it's going to be super awesome. Okay, so let's start putting this stuff off to the side, and then we're going to start building. The stuff that we'll need is pretty much right here in the center.
Nice.
We'll need that. We'll need this. We'll need this. We don't need the hard drive yet. Just kidding. We're not going to throw it. Okay. And let's see. Okay. Don't need this. Don't need this. And let's get you a screwdriver. We've got...
Boy.
I always like to bring this one on just because it's so big. For no other reason other than it's so big. This is actually the one we'll use the most, but we'll go from there. Okay, so first thing I want you to do is go ahead and open this box right here. This is your motherboard, and we can go ahead and start taking all that stuff out. So you can hand me the extra parts right there. There we go.
And it's all up in here.
There we go. Yeah.
All right.
Don't be shy. Okay.
Well,
Now let's see what we need out of this. We'll need that little bag right there.
This will do.
Yeah. This right here, and then that's kind of it. Oh, and then those, actually, you did a good job. You grabbed the,
Yes, I knew that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're like, perfect. I knew that's what we needed. Okay, so that's all we need out of here. We're going to put this off to the side. This is where we're going to put all your extra stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so you can go ahead and take that out of the bag.
There's Hello? It's all taped.
Having fun yet?
Yeah, but it's all taped, and I don't want to launch this
They don't want you,
thing right at the beginning.
Shoots out. Just shoots out
That
into
would
the
be a
screen. You're like,
bad
hey, well,
day.
we were going to give you a PC, but never mind. Okay, so you can just
All
pop that
right.
right there in the center, facing towards you. The other way.
way.
Keep going.
This
Keep
way.
going. There you go. You got a full rotation. Almost there. 1 more. Okay.
Close enough.
Okay, so what you're going to do, let's go ahead. This is always the fun part. People love this, is all these little blue tabs are peels.
Ooh.
So you can basically pull off all of the blue stuff, and let's go ahead and start peeling and getting it kind of
Oh, nice.
peeled and ready. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice. Okay, I like this.
Yeah, this is the fun. Oh, see, people
that
love that
sound.
sound.
Hello? There you are.
There it is. Oh, did it not come off?
It didn't come
So
off.
you have to use your fingernails then. I know,
What is
lame.
that?
It's like, what was the point of the sticker then? You tease us.
And then,
There it is.
all right.
Okay, now we're going to keep this on. Well, we don't need this on. We're going to take this off. We know this. Luckily, I'm here, so I can help you with that. And then, did this actually come off?
No, one of the tabs broke.
Okay.
It was that one, yeah.
Oh, look at that. There it is, all the shiny. That is a beautiful, look at it's got like a multi-tiered pattern on the VRM. So this is actually what this does, is this helps manage power that goes to your CPU. That's all done via these connectors up here, but this is like a very fancy looking
Yeah.
design there, which is
Very
always
high
super cool.
tech.
Okay, let's get your CPU in. This is the brain. So what you're going to do is you're going to take out that little arm and then kind of open the whole thing up.
Take out the little, what?
So you're going to kind of pull off to the right and then lift up. Yeah, see how that just comes out?
Yes. Maybe? Oh, there we go.
There you go. And then just open the door all the way.
What?
It's like this. Just lift it up. No, it's okay. Okay, let's see if they actually put your CPU in here. That'd be super awkward. Oh, they remembered. Those guys. Okay, so in there, whoa, that's really stuck in there. If you want to go ahead and pull that out, open that up, and then your CPU should be in there. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. It's like, hey, you have like $600 in your hand right now.
Right?
Okay, so what you're gonna do is pop open the thing. Don't want to touch the bottom. So you
Don't
just want
touch
to
that.
that's the top. This is the bottom.
This is the bottom.
So what you want to do is you want to, no, it's okay. It's okay. This is all like, again, you haven't done
Well,
this
I
before.
haven't done
No,
this
you haven't.
myself.
No.
I've had people do this for me.
No, and I don't, and again, everybody, like usually what happens, we have a ton of people who sit there and watch YouTube and all that stuff to learn. You've never done this, so it's totally
Yeah.
okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab it from the sides right there.
Here?
Just like that, yeah, just like that. Perfect. Now, there's two little like dimples, and they go, you're just gonna drop it right in there.
Right in here?
Yeah, just like that. Perfect. And then we're just gonna verify that it's in. There it is. Now you're gonna kind of repeat this. This little bit goes underneath that little screw like so. Just like that, yeah. And then you're gonna pull that and then it's gonna get hard to pull.
Oh, I see.
And you're gonna push it and go back under. And then that little thing is just
Does
gonna
that
pop
come
off,
off?
just
Okay.
like that. And you're gonna go over and kind of under, yeah. There you go.
Woo!
That's it. You put
I'm
in your
doing
first
it.
one. There it is. You've actually got it. You've installed your CPU, guys. That was awesome. Okay, next up, we're going to install our RAM. This is a little bit easier, but it's fun. And everybody, what people care about with RAM is how good the click is when you put it in. It's like their ASMR thing. Like the better the click, the happier the audience becomes. Am I right, guys? You guys can let us know here in the chat. Like it's called. You'll see some people who have like click emojis who are part of my. There it is. They're talking about the click.
Yeah, the click.
Yeah, the click. Everybody loves the click. So you got to get a good click. Hopefully we'll get one. Yeah, it's all facts. People know about this stuff. The click is the whole thing.
Yeah, they're excited.
They are very excited about this
Wow.
part. There's the click. There's a click emoji right there. So let's open this up. Do we have? They give us a way to cut stuff open. Do we have the razor blade, guys?
No, just use your teeth.
Just use my
Just
teeth.
use your teeth.
That's good for COVID.
Yeah.
This is like a high end. Do we have the other one? This is like the.
Give us 1 second.
Okay. Hold on one sec, guys. We're gonna just get a knife there because they actually handed me a real razor blade, and
Yeah.
that'll just be. Oh, and let's go, while we're waiting here, let's go ahead and go through the parts list one more time, guys, so you guys people know. It says we're getting close to 1,000 people here in the show. We're using an Intel 11900K. We're using an MSI MPG Z590 gaming card. So this has got PCIe Gen 4, all the latest and greatest awesomeness in terms of the Z490, in terms of PCIe Gen 4 and all that stuff. We're using for a GPU, we're using the MSI RTX 3070 Ventus 3X 3070. We've got a 670p 1 terabyte, as well as a Crucial P5 1 terabyte. The other thing that's super rad is we're also using that Western Digital Black 4 terabyte. She hasn't told us what she's going to be using and storing on all that yet, but she's giving me some concerning eyes, so I don't know what it may be. She does like scary games.
I like scary games. I like cosplay. Have you seen the new Resident Evil Village lady
Oh,
everybody's
yeah.
obsessed with? Her.
4 terabytes of pictures of that. That could be.
Oh,
that'll be the
Don't
interesting
tell them
thing.
that.
Yeah, should the apocalypse happen. And then again, we've also got that 850 watt PSU care of MSI, as well as cooling by Corsair, and also that super great Corsair 5000D airflow. Okay, so let's go and pull our RAM out.
Oh boy.
So pop that open. Getting jazzed up, guys. Getting jazzed up. Okay, so you got
All
one.
right.
So now the way this is going to work is I'm going to go ahead and pop open these two. I think yes. And see, there's a little break on the PCB. You see there's a little break right there?
Yeah.
You're going to line that up and just kind of set it down nicely.
Oh, interesting.
Just like that, yeah. Just like that. Now,
But then
then what you're going to do is you're going to get the click. You're going to take your thumbs on both sides and give it solid pressure. Now kind of get your mic down there because that way people can hear it. It's a big one.
this is gonna work.
Yeah, don't worry about putting too much pressure. You're totally okay.
I didn't do it.
Let me give it a go.
I didn't do it.
You just see okay, you had it right for sure. Yeah, you did. You're good. You had it right. Just people get nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that though?
Yeah, I heard it was nice.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Wow.
Okay, now let's see if you can do it with the next one. I got the 2 slots open. We're prepared.
All right.
Get ready. Oh, that was good. That was a good click. That was a solid click. 8 out of 10 on the click. 8 out of 10 on the click. So there we go. Yeah, that click was everybody. Yeah, people are celebrating. Yes,
They
it was,
are happy about
it
the
was
click.
click, click, boom. That's all I got to say. And so you've got you got basically 2 sticks in on that. We could, man, that was a moment. That was a moment. Okay. Next up, we're going to remove some little shields here, like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but not. Okay, let's get your little tiny screwdriver here.
Wow.
So what you're going to do is you're going to remove these 4 screws.
Okay.
Boom. Guys, I'm sorry. I need a moment because of that click. That click was, it was emotional. It was emotional.
Tears to your eyes.
Yeah, it did. It did. It brought tears. It'll bring tears to you someday. Okay, you're good. I think that's just, it probably
That's
doesn't
just
loosen all the
'cause-
way. It's probably a captive screw. You never know with all of these different ones. You just don't know. While you're doing that, I'm going to grab this little bad boy. There we go. Pull all the screws.
Yeah. Don't want to lose those.
No, they're important. They're so tiny too. Is that one not coming? That one may not come out. Yeah, there you go. That's okay.
Maybe?
So we can just go ahead and remove those. Just
Yep.
lift it up. Perfect.
All
Boom.
right, there's that.
There's that one.
That little dude doesn't want to come out.
I wonder if it's held down from something else. Let me see. Well, oh, there's one more up here.
Oh. Okay.
Wasn't really expecting that either. They're gonna trick you. They're trying to be tricky.
Sneaky.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
That one came out? Okay, cool. Now let's see if we can get it lifted up.
Oh, there's this one.
Oh, yeah, that one too. Let's just keep, hey, guess what? That screw was not there when we started. I think it's literally just adding screws.
It just appeared.
They're like secret screws. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
That one came out.
Very nice.
Perfect.
Okay, now.
Now it's gonna come off. Okay, whew.
Ah.
This is like, it was playing tricks with our heart. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the razor blade, which is right in front of my face. Way to go, Robes. You wonder why I'm bad at Apex. I can't even see the things that are right in front of me. Okay, so let's pull out your NVMe SSDs. Flip them out like waffles. That's a hard drive. It's awesome. Okay, so there's that one. Let's grab another one right here for you as well. So how's your experience so far? I mean, I know that we're only like 3 components in, but if this is like a Survey Monkey and you got a Survey Monkey right now, if you're going to rate our service from a 1 to 10.
Oh, you'd easily get a 10.
Oh, you're so
I have
kind.
to say that.
You're like, I still want the PC.
We're
if I
only
told
part
you,
of the way through.
you're like, I'll give you a real rating once we're done with this whole thing. And you're like, you were a 4, and I never want to see you again.
No, genuinely, this is really cool though, because I've never actually done any of the placing of any of the parts. I just kind of watch it get done.
Does your dad know that you're doing this today?
Yeah.
Is he
Well,
watching?
I actually saw my mom in chat earlier.
Oh, snap.
I don't know if he's watching right now, but my mom's in there at least. So.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, so we need this one. So what you're gonna do, we may need this one. Actually, we actually might be fine. So what you're gonna do is, I'll show you how to do it on one. See, it has a little PCB, little gap like the other one. It's gonna line up like that, and you're gonna just pop it in. See how, and then it works like almost like a little diving board. So you wanna
Yeah.
take that one, and that one goes right there.
Oh. Okay.
Flip it the other way.
Wait, which way? This way?
Turn it over, yep. And then you see how there's a little,
Yeah.
cool, just like that. Slips just in there. You push it in, and it'll kind of be like a diving board. There
Oh,
you go.
I see. Okay.
Give it a kind of hard push. There you go. There it is. And you've got 2 of them, see? Okay. I'm sorry, I was just having fun. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, and you can go ahead and peel the back off of that. That's a thermal pad. And what that does is that dissipates heat off of these M.2s. Well, not the whole
Not
thing.
the
just
whole
yeah.
thing, I know.
Oh, don't be too overzealous. He's over here just like, just rip it all out.
Corner doesn't, okay, there.
There you go. Perfect. Cool, I'll take that from you.
All right.
Put that over there. Okay, now we're gonna flip it back over, and you're just gonna put it back on top, and then you can see how it goes. Yeah, just like that. It's gonna put it right back on top, and then that little line is gonna line up right with that right there.
Oh, geez.
Oh, it's fine. You trust me, kids. There you go, just like that.
Just like
Set
that?
it down. Yep, set it down. Okay, now, while I put this stuff away, go ahead and start screwing all those little screws back in.
Okay.
Clean up our.
Our mess.
Okay, guys, guess what? We got a second code coming up. while we're getting things kind of screwed in there. The second code is, drum roll please, MSI Carbon.
Woohoo!
You know why? Because we're using an MSI Carbon motherboard, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
It's like these things are related, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine? So okay, so there we go. We see some people in Sovereign. Thank you very much for putting pride in MSI Carbon. People are putting things in. Screw the shrew. We're working on it, Edwin. Thank you. Oh no, not drum roll, please. Why? Come on, that like builds up hype.
Trying to figure out where each of these.
Okay, and then right now we're scrolling through here. You guys are seeing some of those prizes right there. There's that Crucial MX 500, 1 terabyte.
That's not the right.
And then you saw the Crucial Ballistics RAM. There's that 512 gig 660p NVMe SSD. So all sorts of things that we're showing there. There's that. We're giving away an 8850 GF power supply, which is the same one we're using in here. It's got that nice dragon in it, which is cool. There's that Core Liquid, the 240R AIO cooler. Really like the way this looks. It's a nice low profile cooler head. It also has the pump on the radiator, which is nice. And then there's your i5 11600K, probably one of the best rated value CPUs right now. I think that's it. Yeah, cool.
Is that all of them?
Next up, yeah, that's all of them. You want
is
to peel
there
that one
one?
off? Because you still got one more. You
Oh
got that.
yeah. You're right.
It's all good. Hey, no, you're doing the right thing because you're like, hey,
Well,
there's
I'm
an
like,
extra
why
screw.
is there an extra screw? What did I do?
That is a fair question. That is a fair question. And I applaud you for paying attention to that stuff. You're like, oh, I'm sure it's fine.
Well, I don't want to mess it
Yeah.
up.
No, you're doing
which
great.
way- what do we?
So it's going to go the other way so you can see the text there. And that one's going to line up just like with that little hole right there. See, so when this goes down, oops. So when that goes down, it's going to go, that screw's going to go right there. Just like that.
I got you. Yeah.
Perfect. And it just kind of sits on that other. There, good. Perfect. Done.
And then that's where that is.
Okay, there we go.
Cool.
So some people are saying, like, we got people saying they definitely need a power supply. How long will the stream be? Most of the time, it takes about 12 to 15 hours, but we're going to try and cut it down to 3.
I did not.
It'll
sign
be
up
about
for
3
that.
hours, guys. I just wanted to see what happened when he thought it was going to be like 12 hours.
That's great.
No, guys, it's not bad. When we do this stuff, when we build these, it's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And this is a pretty good build. And honestly, she's picking it up super fast. So
Is that doing the right thing?
it should be. You mind here? Let me give it a go.
Yeah.
Just check it out. Ooh, that is weird.
It doesn't feel like it's.
It doesn't look like it's quite in. There, we go.
No.
There you go.
There.
And boom.
Maybe check those.
Oh yeah, I'll give him a.
It's just.
We're gonna do the tech check.
I like it.
You nailed it. I don't even. Okay, well, we're just gonna let her build the rest of this. You're like, no, that's not a thing.
not
Okay,
fair.
cool. So guess what? Your motherboard's done. I'm dead serious. Like, you've already got all your major components are in. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and grab our cooler and just get our basically our AIO mounts ready to go, and then we're gonna put it inside the case, and then we're gonna start cooking with the gas.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. So here we go. Like this. Now, what are some of the other games? Like, if people were to tune in, I know you've been getting into Apex, and then Death by Daylight. And you actually got a pretty interesting relationship with the Death by Daylight stuff. You also do, like, you're one of their...
Well, so I am one of their. So it's called Dead by Daylight.
Oh, sorry.
Close enough. Close enough.
Maybe I'm going to get Death by them when they basically
Maybe.
like, way to get the name wrong.
So it's called Dead by Daylight. I'm one of their Fog Whisperers. It's one of their creators in their like creator program that they have. Basically, I create a ton of content for them, and they go, "You're cool. We like you. Here's some cool perks."
Well, I'll tell you right now, they're not going to say that to me. They're going to be like, it would help if you actually got the name of the game
Yeah, if you
right.
actually said the game right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That seems like a
you know-
pertinent skill.
I kind of do a little bit of everything these days. I did the Dead by Daylight thing for the past 5 years, but we're branching into other things, still focusing a lot on scary stuff.
Okay.
I love horror games, but Apex was also just like everybody plays Apex.
Oh, that is true.
It's such a big thing now.
It's a fun game, though.
It
It really is.
is.
And that is something we're going to be playing later tonight. So if you guys tune in later on, we're actually going to be playing some more Apex as well. So what we're going to do now, this is the bracket that's going to go in the back. I'm going to show you how it goes, and then we'll let you. So on the back of your motherboard, this is just going to stick in to these little holes right here. And we got to find the right. So what you're going to do is there's a little retention. So you're going to bring them all in
Okay.
like this. I get very good at one-handed versions of this after a while. And what we're going to do is we're going to just make sure it fits. Oh, it's like, it's going to work.
Maybe?
There you go. Okay, so there it fits. So what I'm going to do is have you peel that off and then just go ahead and set that on the back there for me. Little 3M peel. We like to have you do as many peels as possible.
I can tell. That's
Peeling is an important part.
It's appreciated.
It makes it more appealing. Ah, okay.
Oh, wow.
I've got some dad jokes for you later. Don't worry. They're happening. Okay.
All right. So, and then we just like,
Yeah, just stick it in. Just make sure it's nice and solid on there.
Ow.
And then it's in each one of the holes. Are we feeling good?
I think so.
Okay. Okay. It seems good. Okay, so we're in like this. Now what I'm going to do is these are the little retention brackets for this. And so you're going to take each one of these and you're going to screw it into the 4 holes on each side.
Okay.
See it? Okay, so here's actually one that Deadmau5 told us. Why do they bury lawyers 8 feet deep? Why do they bury lawyers?
I don't know. Why?
Because deep down they're good people.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
Oh man, come on, that one even had
We got the dad joke.
oh yeah, I have lots of dad jokes. I have a whole channel on my Discord just dedicated
do
to
you
literally
really?
thousands and thousands of dad jokes.
Oh,
And we will be reading them and making you smile the entire show.
My community loves dad jokes.
Oh, they're so good.
Puns and things. So
Oh, good.
yeah, they're gonna like you.
Oh, good. Well, then hopefully go. And again, guys, if you guys want to tell us some, we're going to read them right off of our channel. Go to discord.gg/robitech. Head to the dad joke section. Put your favorite ones in there, and we'll basically be putting in there and reading them off through there. Because I mean, I want you to be entertained. You're getting the full Robitech experience. Your dad is going to be super proud. He's going to be like, man, those are some of my favorites.
Oh,
And then we
God.
go from there.
Okay.
So we'll go for it. Okay, so now, guess what? Our motherboard is 100% ready. What we're going to do now is put this off to the side like that, and we're going to grab your case, which is right here. Hey. I was like, wow, maybe they'll give you a case. Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay, so what we're going to do now, this is the Corsair 5000D. The one thing I really appreciate about this particular case is how much you can grow into it. Like this can be, it's very modular. You can do things all the way from custom water cooling, just like what we're doing now with air cooling, or with AIO cooling, which is super cool. Lots of, as you can see, there's a ton of air that can basically go through this, which is also super nice. First thing we're going to do is we're going to strip it down. So what I'm going to do is start having you pull parts off of it. So,
Okay.
So you can just pull that off.
Maybe don't Hulk it, but
Yeah, here, hand them to me, and then we'll put them over here nicely. Okay, so then what next step is, there's some thumb screws.
I got you.
There you go. You got me. Okay, and then this is just going to kind of pop out, just like that. And if you want to remove that tape, oh, there we go.
All the peeling.
Yep. We just want it to be perfect. Okay, awesome. And then, okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to open this, and I'll put this on the side so you guys can see this. So here we go. Get it from that side. So what you're going to do is you can open these, and you can
Oh,
just basically lift them right off. So when you open them all the way, just like that, then you just pull it up.
ooh.
Perfect. And then you can go and pull out the extra stuff.
Oh,
There you go.
bubble wrap.
Yeah, that's so you can actually change, like if you want to do water cooling and all that sort of stuff.
okay.
So this has got a
Wow.
different like addition to it. And then in here, if you want to pull, so what you do is you pinch this and pull it out. That's going to be all your hardware if you want to pull that out for us. Just like that, yep.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So we'll take this. We'll use these trays here in a few minutes. So we'll put this off to the side. So there's that. Okay, now, continuing our turnaround process, I'm going to have you take the tape off of the top there.
Oh. Maybe?
Boom. Great. And then there's a little dust filter. You can just literally just lift this up and take it out. And this is going to be important stuff. So the one thing I like to have you do this is because if you need to do maintenance on your PC,
Yeah.
you'll remember that, hey, this does actually
Yeah.
come out, et cetera,
I
right?
know what I'm doing.
So exactly. So now you can actually go ahead and pull off the front of this just by pulling on the side. There you go.
Nice.
Okay. And then go ahead and take that dust filter off. Little latch. Perfect. Stripping this like a pro. And remember, this is even a family-friendly stream, and you're actually getting some.
I know.
It's PC case stripping. This is okay on Twitch. This doesn't break any terms of service.
No, it doesn't.
And then this one,
good.
finally, what you're going to do is you're going to undo these two thumbs.
Do-do.
There you go. And then you're just going to kind of pull out. So I'll just have you you're just going to kind of pull out towards it. That way you can just kind of feel what it feels like.
Huh. What do you mean, pull out?
Yeah, just towards you. Yep.
I don't know if that that one was not all the way.
Oh, yeah. We can hold it. Let's actually put that back in. You want it to be
Supposed
captive?
Stay in there.
Yep. Hold on. There you go.
I'm breaking things.
Okay, let me try.
You try. It's not. It's not going anywhere.
There it is.
Oh, haha.
So yeah, it's one of those things you can never, and you get to peel these later.
Oh, yes.
These go at the end.
Okay, good.
That's when everybody would get mad if we did it before.
I was gonna be sad.
I don't want people to be mad at you. You're doing a really good job. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do real quick, and then I'll pull some dad jokes while you're at it. We're gonna remove these fans with this Excalibur. So you're just gonna unscrew the 4 screws on this one and the one from the back.
excessive.
It's so big. It just,
Anyway.
sorry. Fair enough, but I was talking about the
Hey.
screwdriver.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna pull some dad jokes here from what people read. Okay, a bear walks into a bar. Bartender says, "What can I get you?" Bear says, "I'll take a gin and tonic." Bartender goes, "What's with the paws?" Bear says, "I was born with them."
Oh my God. Okay. It's not bad.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Okay. I'm trying to see. What do you call a hippie's wife? A Mississippi.
Okay. All right. Woo. Uh-oh.
Okay, and then we'll see if we can find one more. Okay.
I dropped this.
Okay, for National Sushi Day, what do you call bad sushi?
I don't know.
A raw deal.
I can't. These are so bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. You can go and pull those in there from there. Yeah, I know they are great. They are the worst, and that makes them great. They're not the worst. They bring joy to all of you, and you know it. Okay, so what I'm going to do while you're doing that is I'm going to go and pull these cables out.
This is seriously the weirdest screwdriver I think I've ever seen.
It's just all in all,
It's just so excessive.
I know, but it does a good job.
No, I mean, it works. It's just kind of
It's kind
like, why am I all the way back here?
only got one more to go. The thing is, it's okay. You can hold on to it if you want. If I had like another, I don't see like another
No,
one.
it's
I was just
good. I like how excessive it is.
It's just so.
It's just very, I don't know.
It's just really long. Okay, so what I've done is I've basically disconnected the cables already.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna pull this one. Where are you? There you are. Out through here. Okay, so we can put these off to the side. Now we got to do the fun part, which is installing all the fans.
Oh,
So these are the fans. These are RGB fans, which means already the performance of your PC is going to go up 200% more.
obviously.
Obviously. So what we're going to do is pull out the extra stuff. Luckily, because of the AIO we need, you don't have to worry about that. I wonder if, I think they did, yes. These are the greatest things ever. This little tool. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you, we're going to flip this around. Just like you installed them, I mean, just like you remove them, now you can install them.
Okay.
Okay, so first one right here, and I don't like to deal with the twisty ties, I just cut them.
Okay.
Just makes it a whole lot faster. There we go. Okay, so what you're going to do is we're going to install it like, I want to make sure the label's straight.
Okay.
Run this cable right here. And I'm going to have you screw that so basically you want the holes at the very, like as high up at the very top as you can get. So just like,
Like the bottom here.
yeah, see, just like that. Yep. Screw those in with the super long screwdriver. While you're doing that, I'm going to prep these other fans for you. You're literally improving your cooling with every single tightening of the screw. That's a moment for you right there. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's cool. Do your mom and dad watch your streams a lot?
Actually, yeah. I'm very lucky that I have very supportive parents when it comes to streaming because, well, I did it as a hobby for a long time. And I think that helped when I was like, I think I'm going to quit my job that I got with my college degrees and I'm going to go play video games.
And they were very supportive.
They were like, well, okay. But yeah, they show up in my streams a lot, and
That's awesome.
yeah, it's kind of cool.
Speaking of supportive, what would be super supportive of the community watching right now is another code.
Oh,
And guess what? We got another one coming up right now, guys.
that's segue.
And here it comes. Yeah, do you like that segue? That was
great.
pro right there, huh?
was so
That's
good.
Crucial Ballistics. That is the next code for one additional entry. Crucial Ballistics. Obviously, we're giving away a couple things there. You can see we're giving away some SSDs, some RAM from them as well. So very, very cool swag thanks to them. So you can take a look at those. While we're at it, since we got some time, let's pull up some other dad jokes. Great dad jokes. Let's see what we can get. Let's see if we can get one that you really enjoy. Okay. Okay, we're going to do one more code because apparently they really want this stream to be over quick because they don't like me. No, it's the next code that we're going to be doing is number 5, and that is Intel 11900. Oh, okay, sorry, code number 3. So code number 3 is 11900K.
I hope I did that right.
Okay, so that's code number 3 is Intel 11900K. So we've now given you 4 total codes, and that is coming up. Okay, what's the difference between the black-eyed peas and chickpeas?
I don't know.
One could sing us a song, the others could only hum us one.
God, it's so bad. I shouldn't laugh.
Okay, and then not to brag, but I made 6 figures last year, but I was named the worst employee at the toy factory.
I think it's good.
Okay, let me take a look and we'll just verify. We only have to do this 3 more times.
Woo.
Okay, there we go. That looks good, and it looks like it's all the way screwed in. Okay, go ahead and let's do the next one now. So I've already got it prepped for you. Same thing, same kind of deal. Just gonna make sure the holes are lined up. Guys, if you have new dad jokes, I know a couple people got to hear those from the stream that I did just last week. But if you have new ones, again, head on over to discord.gg/robitech and drop some in there. In fact, we'd love to see some new ones. There's literally thousands in there, but we'll go from there. Okay, so same thing.
Right.
I'll hold this for you. And start screwing in the next 4.
Okay.
Are you going to miss that long screwdriver? Do you think maybe you should get to take it home when you go? Just so you can remember this moment.
I'm going to miss it. It's going to keep me up at night. What happened to this?
What happened? Is it okay?
What's going on?
Oh man, so funny. Every time I've used it, like every stream, I'm always like, when can I get them to use the really long screwdriver?
It's like comically. Yeah.
It is. It's comically long for sure.
Well, these are not.
They're not the easiest screws for sure.
They're not happy. I'm trying to start them.
Yeah, they're kind of a pain.
I don't think that worked. We're gonna try this. Can we move this up a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Does that work? Does that help?
Not really.
Oh.
A little bit. A little better?
Did you get it in?
Sort of.
We'll see.
We're gonna see. Maybe.
You having fun yet?
Yeah. Funny enough, the most difficult part so far is the fans.
Looks like you got it in though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out. We have more screws in here because we got a couple more
Yeah.
screws to get in here. Luckily. This is always the part when every time I do, it's like this and cable management, which we haven't done yet, but every time I do those parts, people are like, and I'm out. But an important part of making sure your PC is going to run beautifully, ladies and gentlemen, is obviously installing screws.
Oh yeah, you'd hate for it to fall apart.
Yeah, or you want to make sure you get good cooling, right?
Yeah, that
I
too.
love these. These are great fans.
Still don't know about it.
Yeah, I got four more screws for you. Last front fan.
All right.
Doing good.
Cool.
You're killing it. This is great.
I'm doing
Usually
it.
this is me.
Yeah.
But hey, by the time you're done, like the thing is like you're gonna be able to look at it and be like, yeah, I did all this. Yeah. Which is cool. Okay, so here we go. Next one. Pop this one in as well. Okay, I'm gonna turn this to the side a little bit so I can actually reach it. Apparently my arms aren't that long. I'm like a T-Rex. just can't quite grab them. Okay. And hopefully, can you get to those?
Yeah, I think so. Well, maybe. I cannot.
Okay, hold on one sec. Let's do
we might have
something
to-
fast here. I'm gonna see this. Might have made these a
Might have
little
to move
too.
those.
Yeah, we'll just loosen them a little bit. Give it a little bit more room. There we go.
Sweet.
Not much.
Yeah, it's only missing by like a little bit.
You were like, that's the thing about these is like sometimes it's just some like quick readjustments. This screwdriver makes this very hard.
It
It really
It's
does.
really hard to get it like to the screw.
Yeah. Loosen it a little bit. Especially if you're like just doing things like one-handed.
Yeah, well, when you're holding the fan and then, yeah.
I'm pretty sure when they thought about this, they were like, what can we do to make this way more entertaining? Let's give them oversized tools. Here's a hammer, sir. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Now let's see how that lines up. That looks good. Okay, cool.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's a lot better.
Oh, good. We solved the problem. Problem solving live in front of 1,000 people.
I like it.
That's the way it is, guys. Legit. Who's put in all the 4 codes already, guys? Long live the long screwdriver. Yeah, hard mode initiated. That's right. He was like, we need to make this a challenge. So we're going to give them oversized thing. It's like, yes, you're going to build an entire PC, but we're only going to give you a single razor blade and a hammer. And you're like, wait a minute. That's not going to work. Install an M.2 with a hammer. Good. People have been putting in the codes. That's awesome. We've solved the problem. That's right. Where do the codes go? Call the NSA. They know all the answers. Can we get the NSA's number in chat, guys? Nah.
All right.
No, we're good. Just kidding. We do actually, I've been told that there's actually a shorter screwdriver, but what would be the fun in that?
I'm like committed to this.
Oh, there,
now.
yeah, there we go. Oh, it's over there. That was not there before. This is all a lie. The cake is a lie. They're like, okay, no, they're onto our plan now. Okay, so we got all those in, but we will need the shorter screwdriver because we're getting ready to install our motherboard. I know. Well, you can try it.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to mess anything up. Okay, so let's put this stuff in here. Slowly going through parts boxes. That's always a good sign we start kind of putting things away. Okay, next up, we're going to actually quickly get your 4 terabyte hard drive installed, since we have the cages right here. So here's your 4 terabyte hard drive. And again, remind us what we're putting on this.
Games.
Yeah,
Video games.
Video games. Mad video games. Okay, so the way this is going to work is these actually kind of stretch. So you see there's little holes. I'm just going to do this because this is just like, not because I'm just like trying to explain it versus just like, there you go.
Yeah, you're good.
So just going to pop that in just like that. Come on, get in there. There it is. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to go ahead and slide. This one goes right up on top. Actually, we'll put this one down here.
Okay.
And then just like that, you're going to slide the other one in. And it pops in just like that. So did you watch any E3 coverage at all?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, if anything, are you looking forward to playing the most?
Well, I think-
what got you most excited?
I feel like the entire internet freaked out for Elden Ring.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's another-
Like our camera guy was like literally pumping.
It's another Souls game.
It's the sequel.
Yeah.
So, George, the guy who wrote R.R. Martin, the guy who
Game of
wrote
Thrones.
Game of Thrones, basically
yeah.
pinned the tail, which means it'll be completely incoherent. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Well, we don't need to talk about Game of Thrones ending, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go and pop this down. Anything else that you saw? You're like, yes, I'm super excited about that.
I am blanking on anything else that I saw. What about you?
Well, Battlefield.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2, which I'm pretty
Okay.
excited about. Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else was there? There was, Starfield from the guys who did Fallout, so Bethesda. And then that looks really good. What I'm doing right now, I'm just checking to make sure it goes. Okay, so what you're gonna do,
Oh boy.
is you're gonna grab it from here and just kind of set it in. It kind of goes in right like that.
Your hand's bigger than mine.
If you want me to do it, I can.
I can't palm that the
Okay.
way you were.
Okay, here we go. So what you just do is just grab it like this. I'm just
Okay.
gonna stick it down in here, just like that, and then you just pop it in. There's a little,
Oh yeah.
there it is, okay.
That's easy.
Now let's grab the small screwdriver, because the big one's a little awkward for this. They lied. They did. This
if
was
it
not here.
wasn't
This was not
awkward
here
for-
before.
It wasn't awkward for the other stuff though.
Okay, here we go.
Not at all.
Let's grab your screws. This is all fun stuff, but let's grab the screws you need. Yeah, I'm excited. Definitely excited about that. I'm really. Did you play? Have you played much Breath of the Wild? Are you a Zelda fan or?
A little bit.
Okay.
Not as much as probably a lot of other people. I didn't get to watch much E3 this year, sadly. It always lands on my birthday.
I see the screwdriver. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my birthday was a week from today, like last
wow.
Monday. So I tried to keep up, but yeah, I heard
It didn't get you.
some of it.
I'm also excited about Dying Light 2. I'm just gonna make sure. Okay, good. Those are the right
Yeah,
ones. Okay,
yeah,
there we go.
yeah.
And I know you and I talked
I
about that a
feel
little
like-
prior to stream. There
I
you go.
feel like everybody's really excited for Dying Light 2. Yeah.
What about you guys? What about you guys in chat? What about folks in chat? What are you guys? What did you guys see at E3? Oh, I'm sorry. I should
What
probably
am I
tell you. What do you mean? What are you doing? I think I gave you the clearest instructions on the planet. I gave you screws and a screwdriver.
You dropped a
Yeah,
bunch of screws and just have fun.
This is going very well. Okay, so what you can see is you can see these little holes. You're going to screw those in each one of those little holes on the motherboard. So there's going to be 3 in the top, 2 here, and then 3 in the bottom.
Okay.
They're marked with like little circles. Okay, so what we got? Forza Horizon 5. That's right, I forgot about that. And Metroid Dread. That looks so good as well. Any of the Nintendo stuff. Back 4 Blood. I saw a bunch of people were excited about
yeah.
that as well.
Back 4 Blood will be cool. 'Cause it's Left 4 Dead.
Do you play any games? Like I'm assuming you play your primary game with the community, but are there other games that you play with the community at all? Or no, you don't really like your community. You're like, no, I don't like to play with them. In fact, don't tell them
No.
that. That's a secret, guys. She doesn't like you. Just kidding. No, she loves you guys.
No, I love them. I don't really get to do any sub games with them yet outside of Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out how we do Apex stuff.
Yes.
But you only have like 3 people.
Yeah.
So
So what you do is you basically find all the ones that are going to carry you, and then you
Oh,
just
is
keep
that what
going
I
through,
do?
and then that way you can become pro.
okay.
And then you become a pro player, and then you're done. That's
And then
not,
you're done.
Up and Adam. That is not true. She really actually does like you. I was just don't take that for real. The last thing we want is like something on Kotaku where it's like they had a crazy
Streamer
stream and she didn't even
hates
like her own.
their
That's not true.
community. That would
If
be.
you're watching
Woo.
this right now, Brian Crescente or Steven Totillo, that is not true. No more fake news. Her rank secrets are linked. That's right. Oh man, that's so funny right there.
it's-
No, she's. I've actually learned a lot. So tell me the other thing too is I think there's also an interesting story. You actually went to school. Like
I
this was not your
did.
plan.
No, oh God, no.
No, like in the end you were
No,
like,
like I've always been a gamer. I've been gaming since I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old.
Okay.
My dad's always been a huge gamer, so I got to play. I was in a gaming clan with him when I was like 7, and we played like a lot of Rainbow Six. I don't remember which one it
no,
was,
but the one where you actually used to have to like tactically play.
Yeah.
Oh, that game was awesome.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to play that stuff with him in the gaming clan, and then it just kind of, like, gaming was always my biggest hobby.
Right,
But
right.
I actually didn't tell anybody I was a gamer until I was, like, in college.
Can you think of why you didn't tell people you were a gamer? Just because? Do you think it had like a stigma or?
I mean,
I'm just curious. I
a
mean,
little bit. It was, I didn't want the attention from
Okay.
it. I didn't, because I had a lot of issues with, like, playing competitive games, and then people would just find out that you're a girl and then trash talk, and it was like,
Oh.
I just don't want to deal with that, so I didn't.
Yeah.
And then,
I think you got one more in the top corner
Yeah,
up here. If you, I can, actually, what I can do is I can rotate it. Hopefully, it'll let you see that. You see it a little bit better if I do that.
But yeah,
Goes right there.
there it is. So yeah, I didn't really let anybody know I was a gamer until probably college. And I didn't even find out about Twitch until my senior year of college.
Okay.
Like I worked at GameStop.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. But I got 2 college degrees and did like, you know, the standard like real world job or whatever you want to call it. And then I started streaming as a hobby, and I've been doing it, full time for 4 years now?
So you got this one, this
Did I
one, this
miss
one.
one?
There we go, that one, that one. Okay, looks like you have them all.
Yeah. I want to make sure they're
They're tight.
actually in
You
there.
don't want to over tighten them, but you want to just
Yeah,
tight
yeah.
enough is great. Grab these from you. Perfect. So yeah, you've been doing it, and you've been doing it full time for 4 years. Which,
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
that's actually a legit hard thing to do. I know there's a lot of people who are streamers, so to do it full time.
Yeah, because I've been streaming for 6 years now, but full time for 4. Yeah.
That's
so.
incredible. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what other games did you? So you played Rainbow Six with your dad. What other games did you play when you were growing up?
Oh gosh, I was obsessed with Halo. We would always play Halo.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like it would be like one of those like don't tell mom, but I would like stay up late and we would play Halo until like 5 a.m.
Okay.
That whole thing. Lot of Call of Duty as well.
Okay. Okay. So COD.
Yeah, I played like almost exclusively shooters.
Okay.
And I like never stream shooters. It's the weirdest thing.
Now
So
you're, like,
I'm
hoping to-
finally getting into it, but I was nervous to do that.
Well, I can understand that.
The internet can be kind of harsh and
Oh, I know. I mean, they watch me play games all the time, and they're like, you are terrible. That's the thing is I can't trash talk anybody because everybody's better than me. So the only thing is like I can trash talk like the AI sometimes, but even they're better than me most of the time. So, okay, next up. So we got your PC in.
Wow.
Now what we're going to do is put our AIO together. I almost felt like I put that off the edge of the table.
yeah, well,
But hey, who needs that? Okay, so what we're going to do now is pull this stuff out. We'll need this and this. So this is your radiator, and this is your cooler. This is basically what's going to cool your CPU.
wow.
Do you have an AIO, or do you remember if you're air cooled, or is it AIO cooled on your current PC? Do you remember? Does it have like a big fan on
It's
it?
got a very big fan.
Okay, so it's air cooled. Okay, cool. That's what I was kind of expecting. I mean, I
Yeah.
think AIOs have kind of come like they started to get really popular at one point in time, and then they kind of they're now getting to the point where they're pretty mainstream. Most people have a tendency to do them. Air coolers used to cool just way better, but that has actually gotten a little bit better in the recent years. Okay, so we have all that. Let's put this aside. There we go. So what we're going to do, let's just make sure I'm going to verify our placement. I'm going to be sticking that right in the middle. Where's the fans? Okay. It's going to go right. Okay, next code, guys. Getting up for the next code giveaway. Get ready to pop that up on the screen here in just a second. And it should be coming up here any moment. There it is. Horror games. Wow. Whoa.
Yes. Oh,
Horror games. That makes a lot of sense.
I like scary stuff.
Yeah, you do. And
Yeah,
so,
I was that kid that had like a horror like DVD collection growing up.
I like romantic comedies. So you and I are not I'm like the opposite. I'm like
That's
the opposite.
amazing.
Yeah, I watch like High School Musical, the musical, and all those things. And like meanwhile, you're over there watching
yeah,
like
I'm watching like Saw.
Saw. So it's like the exact opposite.
Hey, it's
I'm
great.
telling dad jokes. You're over there like, hey, how was Hostel?
What?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. And what we're going to pull out now is we're going to basically install all this stuff now. So what we're going to do is there's these little, if I get them right, there's these little screws.
Okay.
They're going to go one with a little washer in each corner.
Okay.
And then and there's little holes underneath. So just kind of start it to make sure it goes in, and then tighten it down. And the best thing to do is to do one in each corner first, so that way they'll be lined up versus just doing all four. Does that make sense?
Oh, so not where I started.
No. I'm just saying, do one here and here, and then one here and here.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like,
So just kind of, yeah. So just
well, you know. Okay.
go right where you started was perfect. Just like that. So, what's your favorite horror series then?
Saw.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of them.
They're.
What is it about them that you find so fascinating?
Well, So I went to school for psychology.
Oh, okay.
So I actually like the psychology behind them.
Okay.
'Cause so if you haven't seen them,
No, they're scary.
well, yeah.
I don't like scary stuff. Like this conversation's going really well.
Great. Basically, the guy will find people who are doing bad things in their lives, like
Okay.
to other people, and then he. It's so hard to explain it without sounding like a crazy. So he basically will make them do some really difficult task to see how much they value their life,
Okay.
and like
It's pretty dark.
it's very dark. But they do always get out. Well, no, okay, they don't.
Do you
really
think they'll
get out,
ever
but
have
they
like?
could.
Do you think they'll ever be like a Saw / My Little Pony crossover that I might
Probably
be into?
not. Probably not. No rom-coms in here.
Maybe Saw plus High School Musical, the musical, the series. Like I feel like that is going to be
great.
that's going to be the best one, right? Like on Disney Plus. Like you guys wait, it'll be the best one, and it'll be great.
Like instead of blood, it's like confetti. Be cute.
I don't know. Is it? Yeah. Saw the musical. There. That is it right there. Saw the musical.
I like
Everybody's in
that.
there. Yeah. I think people are ready.
I feel like it
for
probably
that.
exists.
And I think Zac Efron is ready to branch out a little bit. Like, no offense, guys, but I think I think we're on to something, and it's gonna. You guys can just blame Mod Monday when that comes out. I think people are excited. Okay, so you like Saw? What about your favorite horror game?
Oh goodness.
I played a lot of horror games. Like, so
Have you really?
I actually do enjoy horror games.
Well, then I'm curious what your favorite horror game is.
Wait, I asked you first. That's not fair.
Well, I'm blanking on.
Okay.
I'm blanking.
Okay. So I think my favorite was it was a game called Crimson Butterfly. Came out in Japan, and basically what you did is you were in there were these two twins who got
Okay.
lost in a Japanese village,
Oh,
and you had to
okay.
go use a camera to go to basically go capture ghosts and souls and stuff like that. So that was one I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the first Resident Evil. I love
okay.
Silent Hill. That was another one that I really enjoyed.
Good.
And then I also like Cyberpunk 2070. No, never mind. That was just really broken.
It was
Yeah, that
just a
wasn't scary.
Well, okay, so you're a fan of Silent Hill. You've never played Dead by Daylight.
Fatal Frame. Yeah, that Fatal Frame was Crimson Butterfly, but the English name was called Fatal Frame. So sorry, say that one more time.
So you said you're a fan of Silent Hill.
Yeah, I did.
You've never played Dead by Daylight, right?
I've never played Dead. I've seen a lot of streamers play it, but I kept looking on Twitch for Death by Daylight, and that may be
That
why I
would
never was like,
probably
I was
be
like,
the
this game,
issue.
I saw this game, and it was,
What?
Parasite Eve was another great one. Yes, I played that one too.
Well, I was curious because Dead by Daylight has like those iconic
Mm-hmm.
horror people, like Pyramid Head is in it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why. Anyway, yeah, one of my favorite horror games is called Outlast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
one where you're in an insane asylum and you're running away from everyone.
Oh yes. We actually had we used to do these charity streams, and we used to make a guy named Josh Stein play them when in VR.
Oh,
and
no.
he was like shaking.
No.
So yeah, it was like legitimately. Yeah, that game is actually pretty scary.
Yeah.
There was another game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. No, maybe chat. Maybe you can help me out here. You were. One of them was like you went into a prison, and it was probably one of the most visceral. Like you could only use like pipes. And stuff. It was on Sega. It was made by Sega, and yeah, that's all I can tell you. I've really given you a ton of information. Not Manhunt.
I don't know.
It's not Manhunt, but Eternal Darkness. That game was great. Have you ever played Eternal
Actually,
Darkness?
no, I haven't.
You do need to play Alan Wake, another great one. I actually worked on Alan Wake. That was actually one of my
really?
games.
Wow.
Alan Wake is another really, really great one. Alan Wake was
Yeah,
fantastic.
there's a bunch of really good ones.
So yeah, but there's not a bunch of new ones coming out.
No, that's the
So
problem.
we were
with
talking
that
a little bit about that,
genre.
yeah.
They don't come out with new stuff very often.
Oh.
And if they do, you don't know what you're getting.
Okay, so this part, just to keep you from having to Henry Cavill this, let me grab some.
What do you mean?
So Henry Cavill, when he put his, no, not that. I wasn't actually.
got muscles.
Sorry, I wasn't saying.
Okay.
So Henry Cavill has more muscles than all of us.
I know.
But the problem was, it took him like 18 hours to install his AIO. Like
Oh,
if you watch
really?
this thing, yeah. So this is like, that's when I say Henry Cavill this, it
Oh,
means.
I thought you meant I was gonna have to like just.
No, it was more in terms of not taking forever. Zip ties. Let me grab some zip ties. I'm pretty sure we have some around here somewhere. Do we have any? Oh, we have long ones. These will be really long, but these will work. just for temporarily, and hopefully we'll get some small ones here in a minute. We're going to use all long stuff in all these things, guys. Let me grab a couple little zip ties here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cable manage this
Okay.
in a simple way. So what we do is we zip tie these together, like so, with the world's longest zip ties. These are in saw, I'm pretty sure.
They go with the screwdriver.
Yes, they do. They go with the screwdriver. Okay, one more really long zip tie. I feel like we've got overkill here, but like should we need riot gear? We're covered, but for doing these things
PCs.
for PCs, this is a little much. These are great for PSUs actually. Okay, so we got those. So basically, this is just going to make it a little easier for us to route the cables. I'm going to show you a trick on how to do this. It's a little hard to explain,
Okay.
but what we're going to do is I'm going to take all this right here, and I'm going to route it right up here. So I'm going to put this like that. And we basically route this stuff, that hole right here, actually. And then I'm going to have you, I just cut this again. So this one little cable right here, as I'm going to basically, there's a little, see where it says CPU fan?
Yes.
I'm going to lift this up, like so. And you're going to plug where it says CPU fan, that little thing right into where it says CPU fan right here. It's a little 4-pin.
It only has 3.
You just want to put it over the little plastic bit. Do you see the little plastic bit?
Oh, yeah.
Just like that. Trying to have you hook up most of the stuff as I can. There you go. Just like that.
Does it make a
push it.
click or?
Just pushes all the way in. Yeah, you're in. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the power cable. You see that? Can you grab the other long cable there?
This one?
Yep. And you're going to run that through the exact same hole I have right here. See where my finger is?
Yes.
I'll grab it from you. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to have you help me. I'm going to hold this right here, like so. Actually, I'm going to hold it, and you're just going to put in the screws once I get it lined up. Why is this not? There you go. Push it all the way there. Okay, so if you want to take a screw and a washer, a screw and a washer, and then a screwdriver, and put a screw, put one here and then one over there. No, don't, yeah, they're just right there.
Can't see there.
There you go. Oh, this is where our heights, our genetic heights help
Yeah,
us
I'm
so
like, oh
much.
my god.
Okay.
Okay, there's that one.
And then there's one right over here on the other side,
Trying to get the washer. Okay. Where?
right here,
I cannot see.
right there. If you put it on the screwdriver, I can actually do
I
it.
literally cannot
It's
see.
all good.
Well, there's that.
Okay, now, let me see. Perfect.
I'm too
It's going so well.
short. I'm not though. This table's just tall.
It is actually, the thing is, they used to be, this table used to be much shorter,
Oh.
but it was hard to work on that way. So
Yeah,
just
that
gonna make
makes
sure
sense.
all of our stuff is, okay, all of our stuff is good. And then we're just, so now we've got it in, and I'm just gonna finish pulling all this stuff up.
Cool.
Okay. Trying to see if I can push it a little bit more over. I might do that, it's just being wacky. Hold on.
Wacky.
Okay, code 6 is coming up, guys. Getting ready to do code 6. And code 6 is come in. Y'all got a step. We don't need a step letter, guys. We're okay.
Oh,
Code 6 is
there
going
it
to be
That's great.
Dead by Daylight. That's the right name.
It is the right name.
I would have never
yes.
gotten that right. I was trying to see if I can, I guess that we're not going to be able to push this all the way right. So I was hoping we could, but it's just not, it's hitting that one little bit there.
Doesn't like you.
Yeah, it's actually, they actually have support for a 280, but no, I'm not worried about it. Here we go. Okay, so we'll just finish doing this and then we'll be good to go. It's easy, not a big deal. Then we'll finish screwing up. Once we get the pump mat done, we'll put on the rest of the screws here. And now you can see why I said we don't want to Henry Cavill this. Because you could literally be doing this forever. Okay. Almost done, guys. Just got to get the first kind of 2 screws in so it holds it down. And then it was a whole lot easier. And so and then you talked about you've actually have played a little Dying Light, but it actually gets you motion sick, you said?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Are there any other games that you find that get you motion sick?
Well, yeah, VR is actually really tough.
Oh, yeah.
VR, like I have VR and I really like it. Like I'll play the game Beat Saber, if you've heard of it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the rhythm game with the lightsabers and stuff. I love that. But pretty much any game where you're actually moving in VR, my brain just doesn't get
Doesn't
it.
deal with it.
So I've had like people have suggested I play like the Resident Evil Biohazard on VR, but like there's no way. It's not the scary thing. It's just the like.
It's just the motion stuff.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, so given where this is, we're gonna do one little change in addition real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll finish this. We're just because of where this is blocking what's called the EPS power cable. We're gonna install this first. So that way it's just kind of done. So these are your custom cables here.
Nice.
We're gonna grab the one for that, which is this 4-pin.
I like this black and red theme.
Isn't that nice?
That's
Yeah.
really nice.
Okay, there we go. Okay, there's the cable we need. We're gonna put on our cable comb. I think our cable comb, if I can see this, yes, it's gonna go like this. So we're gonna put one cable comb on. I'll let you do this. I prep this for that.
Okay.
So the way these work, and we're gonna put a lot more of these on later on, you're just gonna basically clip that right like that on top of it. So the little cable is just literally slide inside of it, just like that. And I'm really wishing I could push this forward, but it's just not going to. It's just a little bit too wide. It's just stuck on that thing, huh? Okay.
Aha.
You get it?
I did.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this. I'm just going to pop this down real quick. And pop this one. Okay, and then get that. I'm going to see if I can just get this. There we go. Let me just do this. Then I won't have to do that anymore. Oh, that'll work. I just got to get this one in. Oh, it's going to come in. It's going to go. It's happening. It's not happening. This is not happening at all. It's going to happen, but then we'll go in there. So how did you find out? I'm just curious more than anything. How did you find out you were into horror games? Like, was it like one of those things that like, do you remember the first one you ever played or?
Actually, I think Outlast might have been the
really?
first one that I played.
That was like a legit one to start with.
Yeah, well, obviously I got addicted after that.
Well, yeah.
You start with that one, and yeah, I remember.
Everything else kind of seems. It's like that's like the Demon Souls of scary games right there in terms of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just start it off with off real.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. I think I was still living at home at that point, and
Okay.
I made my mom watch some of it.
Oh wow! What did she
is
think?
Not a fan of horror. Yeah.
When you play horror games, do you play them like in the dark, like legit, like set it up, or do you play them like I
Well-
do, where like there's like unicorns everywhere and like
All the lights
are on, and it's like the middle of the morning, and like it doesn't feel scary at all because it's okay. So I moved it over. So actually, what you can do is I did find out we actually have a Halloween comic from Intel.
Oh.
That I don't know. They want to share with us. So we're going to show that off right here. You're going to get to see it here in a second. This game came up on my recommended list.
Recommended for you.
Yeah, those games don't come up on my recommended. Okay, here we go.
They do on mine.
It was free to play, and I was in the mood to be spooked, so I downloaded it. It was from a free game, low res graphics and cheap jump scares. Okay, this is like their Halloween one.
That's cute.
That's cute.
It's cute.
But
Okay, that's a little less cute, but still kind of cute. Still, yeah, I like the name.
That is not a good jump scare. So basically what they're saying is they essentially shipped serial killers to everybody's house who bought the game. That seems like a terrible free to game.
Yeah, I don't think I would enjoy that as much as people might think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hand this to you. Now there's a little right here. You're going to plug that in right into this 4-pin right there. Do you see it? And it goes the other way. Flip it over.
Yeah.
There you go. Just like that. And then you're going to route the cable right to where my little finger is right there once you get all that plugged in.
I'm trying. Hello? Did it go?
I don't know. I can't see. Let me see. Yep, that's in. Okay.
Okay.
We're just going to run this cable right here. There we go. Okay, so now we're good there. Now what we can do, because I was actually able to move all of the screws over, we can go ahead and have you we'll put that down like that, and I'm going to lean this forward, and you can finish screwing in all the holes here, and then we'll get the pump installed here in a second.
Okay.
But there, I'm helping with you and I's
Just
vertically challenged thing from there.
Okay.
And then you played a lot of FPS games, but when you started streaming, when you kicked off your streaming career, did you start it with, you didn't start
I
with scary.
started it with Scary Games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first game I ever played on stream was Diablo 3, but
Great game.
It is a good game, but it doesn't stream as well as you might think.
Okay.
You have to have a very specific type of viewer to want
Okay.
to be able to watch that. I started streaming horror games when they came out, like because I still worked at GameStop at the time.
Okay.
So I was able to I'm not sure if they, would be cool with me saying this, but I was able to check out the games, take them home and stream them and then bring them back.
I think you can. I think that's I think that's one of the perks. Did you ever play? What was that PlayStation one? They had a series that came out on Xbox afterwards. With the guy who was in Quantum Break, but it was like these teenagers. It was basically these teenagers all go to this cabin.
Why am I blanking?
I know that's
Until Dawn.
Yeah, Until Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah, I played that.
And then they had the Medan,
Man of Medan
yeah,
came out.
yeah. Those.
and-
Did you like those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I played Until Dawn live on stream at night.
Oh, so did you like how literally every single thing that you do affects everyone?
Yeah, and I think only 2 people lived. I pretty much
that
just
sounds
killed it.
about right.
I pretty much just killed everybody accidentally.
Yep.
But it was one of those games that I really had, and I think my community has actually been asking me to do another one of those. It was an all-night
should.
stream. Well, it wasn't all night. I think we got done at 3 a.m, started and then did the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I want to do it with the Medan one or whatever it was. I thought that'd be kind of cool.
They came out with another one too, but I can't remember the name
Yeah,
of it.
they've actually, and I really like that studio because they're really great stories with that stuff.
It was called Little Hope. That was the new one.
Oh, okay. Was it pretty good?
Yeah, I actually played it with my buddy because you can play those with a friend.
My buddy, the 1980s stuffed toy that was like Teddy Ruxpin. That
No.
my buddy? No.
No,
My buddy.
one of my streamer friends and I played it together, and it was kind of fun listening to this just massive behemoth of a man screaming like a little girl in my mic. It was great.
Everybody's like, you're showing your age, Roby. I'm okay with it. I'm actually called a Zennial. Kid, yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
are you?
Yeah, it's kid. Yeah, we're basically on the cusp there in terms of where our ages are. But kid sister and my buddy, yeah, those were way back in the day. One of those big toys. But yeah, it is pretty funny to watch. I definitely had some full on screams.
Yeah.
During that show.
People love watching streamers play horror games because they don't actually have to be in the driver's seat. The streamer's in the driver's seat, so they get to watch a horror movie, but you're in the game.
Yes, that is true. That is true, and it definitely does get legit. Oh man, people they love it. I have one of the funniest ones I ever did. What was it playing? She played a game. I got to remember the name. It was my sister. It's actually one of the oldest videos on my YouTube channel with her playing, and then we were also scaring her while she was playing a scary game. And it was definitely not there was definitely some choice words used during that stream because we go from there. So it was really fun.
Just trying to double check those
Okay.
to make sure they're good.
They look like they're good.
But I think they're good.
I think they're good. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break right now. We're coming up about a little over halfway done through the build, which is great. So it's in really good shape right now. So then we're going to come back. Let's say we're going to be off for about 2.5 hours. Just kidding. About 5 minutes, and then we will be back. Anyway, guys, we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
And I just know I wanna go. And I just know I wanna go away. I wanna go away.
Not yet. There we are, and we're back. We are good to go. We are now, what we're getting ready to do is we're gonna get our AIO mounted, so we're in good shape there. So you're gonna need these. We got the radiator all on. So let's just, before we go too far, since we're coming back from a break, we probably have a bunch of people who've joined us now at 1,200 people hanging out right now. We got an 11900K. We've got an RTX 3070 Ventus. We've got that beautiful MSI MPG Z590 Gaming Carbon, which looks really good. You've got two 1 terabyte NVMEs. One is a 670p, the other one is a Crucial P5 1 terabyte. You've got 4 terabytes, and we're going to talk about that storage again because it's a joke that will never die. No, we've got that 4 terabyte Crucial, Western Digital Black. We've got 32 gigs of 3200 megahertz Crucial Ballistics RAM with RGB, which takes it 2,000% faster. We're in that beautiful Corsair 5000D, and then of course all cooled by the Corsair Hydro Series Capellix units plus some ML120s, and then we've got that MSI MPG 8, the A850GF power supply that's going to be making sure this thing has got plenty of power when we get this kicked off. So really, really great system. It's one of those things I was talking to Tomber and the team here a little bit beforehand. This is just like one of those just solid quality builds. It's not too overkill. It's just right. It's like the
that Goldilocks.
Yeah, exactly.
PC.
Perfect. It's a Goldilocks PC. The 3070 is just really great in terms of as a value card for 1440p. It's great for streaming and gaming. And with the Intel CPUs just coming down in price, they're just a nice value to basically be able to put stuff in there. So throwing in 11900K for $580, is actually a really good deal. So that's kind of a rewind or where we are from the system right now, and we're just kind of getting everything put in. And then again, this is, though you have been a part of PC building, this is your first full blown.
I actually did it.
And I just got to say, killing it right now. Killing it right now. Yes. Wish you knew more dad jokes, but we'll potentially get you. We can educate on that stuff.
Convert me.
Going from there. Okay, so let's go and get this laid down. We're gonna have you install your cooler. Oh. Okay. What I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna remove this, and what you're gonna do. You got 4 little attachments right there. And so this is thermal paste. Mm-hmm. What this does is this just makes sure there's a super solid contact between the IHS, this is the integrated heat spreader, and then the cooling plate. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna stick this on like this, and if you wanna take those little screws and start screwing them onto the little posts, you can start them with your hands and then go from there. Perfect.
Nice.
And they just kind of go around. So what do you, when you were adulting the first time and you went to school and all that sort of stuff, what did you want to do when you grew up? Like when you said, hey,
gosh.
little cauliflower coming out, you were in kindergarten, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, who is your dad? No, never. What do you want to do? that one or whatever.
Well, the funny thing,
you can just kind of push it down.
Push it down. The funny thing is my entire life I said I wanted to work in the gaming industry.
Okay.
And then I went to school for psychology and communications.
Which is a great gaming degree.
Which is really helpful for so many things.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the gaming world that I didn't even realize at the time. But yeah, I was never really going to find the gaming industry where I'm from, which is Ohio.
Okay. And actually do this side. Sorry.
Side?
You're going to want to go into star pattern now.
Okay.
You can actually move the tubes. There you go.
Yeah, you let me know.
Oh, no, I did. Don't worry. I will interrupt you to keep your PC from working.
You let me know if I'm going to break something.
Okay, there you go. And then you go to the opposite sides. There you go. Just like that. And then we'll just make sure they're all solid after that. Okay. So yeah, you weren't going to there wasn't a lot of game development houses in Ohio.
There really wasn't. So yeah, I don't know. I went to college. I got a degree in communications and a degree in psychology. And then I went into human resources right out of college for a Fortune 500 company.
Okay.
And then I went into accounting after that because I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then I found streaming. Streaming became it could support me at that point. And I was like, well,
this feels like it's going to work.
Yeah, this would be my end to the gaming industry, so let's try it.
Have you ever tried to psychoanalyze your people in your community? Because I think that would be an interesting stream. Like, hello, Colin, welcome to Cauliflower. Cauliflower is so they pretend like there's a virtual couch and they tell you like.
Oh, they already do that anyway. They already do that. Oh my goodness, the things people tell streamers. But I think, yeah, it kind of comes in handy sometimes having those. All right, can you
People are saying
double-
like you should be like cauliflower Dr. Phil.
Oh God. You double check those.
Okay, yeah, I'll check all
I
those
don't
and make
think
sure
I-
everything's good there. But it looks like we should be good.
I didn't do anything crazy.
It's just making sure that they're in. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pull this cable up,
Okay.
kind of cable manage it real quick, and then comes the fun part. We're going to have you put in one more fan, the last fan of the build,
Okay.
and then I get to start hooking up all the cables, hooking all this stuff up for real. Okay, so now we're just going to pull this up. I want to make sure your PC looks good. I'm going to grab this. I'm like blind grabbing it. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to pull this around the side here. And then I'm going to pull it down and zip tie it. So I'm going to grab this back here. I'm going to do a quick zip tie. They actually gave me regular size zip ties now. Oh, they're there. They're like, that's enough of your little shenanigans, Roby, with your super long zip ties. So got more regular size zip ties now.
Nice. Man, that dragon looks so cool in there.
Yeah, the carbon.
Yeah. Like I'm super into dragons because, well,
Yeah,
my
isn't your community
mascot
called
is
that? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I have a dragon army, so like you see all the dragon emotes that are popping up in chat.
I just thought you guys were really big. No, I'm just kidding. Game of Thrones fans.
Well, I mean, I was a very big Game of Thrones fan.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to simply kind of make this cable look like a single cable. It's like the big goal here. So it just looks nice and clean for you. This is just part of making it look pretty. Because pretty PCs are happy PCs. Kind of my mantra here. Do we have, I swear they gave me another set of, nope. Yep, these are the shortest ones we have. Okay. And this is where you gotta, see if I can get this one down here. I may not actually need to do that. That's actually gonna be okay. I don't need to zip tie that. Okay, cool. You are good. So this is outside of this, I think next up, we're gonna have you install one more fan, and I've already got it kind of out for you.
Okay.
I'll flip this around. This is your exhaust fan. I'm just gonna cut this cable for you. And so we'll bring that up and go from there. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have you screw that in right there. Let me get you a screw for it. And then I think after that we probably need to do another dad joke just to keep things flowing here. First I got to find your other screws here. Just got to find the last screw here. Did your dad ever tell you dad jokes back when you were like, do you remember him telling dad jokes?
I really don't remember any crazy dad jokes. My community is where I mostly
Hear 'em?
hear them.
But you don't know any off the top of your head.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
They're just obsessed with dad jokes and puns and
Well, those are great things to be obsessed with.
yeah, and anytime they can get me to read them is great.
So you just want to kind of keep it towards the middle there?
Okay.
I'll let you install it, and I'm going to pull a dad joke while you're going from there.
So this way?
Yeah, just like that, and then yeah, it's just going to see how just getting.
Yeah.
You can get the screw started, just tighten it all the way down, and then we can move it afterwards. Okay. Let me see. Here we go. Let me see if I can do it. Okay, here we go. I named my two dogs Rolex and Timex. They're my watchdogs.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, how do you get a country girl's attention?
I
A
don't-
tractor.
Okay,
That one's good.
I like that
I like that one a lot.
I like that.
Okay, I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. And then this is the last one. This is from, and by the way, huge shout out to Eternal Rage, who put most of those up there. And then this one is from TD Kid. I'm afraid for the calendar, its days are numbered.
I've heard that one, yeah.
So anyway, again, guys, looking for more dad jokes, but there's a bunch of really good ones up there. Thank you very much for those. Speaking of that, we got another code. We got another code coming up, and the code for this one is dad joke, which seems that's all in all like he's actually like our crew's getting way into this. Dad jokes are pretty much the cornerstone of Mod Mondays. In fact, they are going to be a huge part of every Intel. I'm hoping that every Intel CPU actually ships with a dad joke on the inside of the IHS. I think that if we can get that to happen, ladies and gentlemen, then I know we've made it, which would be the greatest. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and
Yeah, I cannot get this one in there.
I want to do this. There you go.
I got it now.
You got it all in. And then these are kind of like the wacky ones.
Yeah. Feel free.
And we basically get them in. So when you think about kind of where you want to go as a streamer.
Oh gosh.
Oh, this is that
Oh,
future
gosh.
question. We're like sitting down, like we're straight up Oprah right
We
now.
are.
Okay.
I feel like I should be in a couch.
You should be on a couch. We're bringing it down. Where do you want to see yourself in 4 or 5 years? What do you think you'll be like just playing FPSs, or is there some other things that you'd like to do? Like
Honestly, ideally, I want to be a full-blown variety creator.
Okay.
I think that's kind of the dream, is you get to play anything that comes out, anything that you want, and have like a guaranteed, decent viewer base with that. I think everybody
That'd be
wants
huge,
that.
right?
Yeah.
And then and that's kind of your thing, is like you would really like it, and that's one of the things that probably just attracts you to variety, is just the fact that you get to play so many different things, right?
Well, yeah, because playing the same game over and over and over, it's great for viewership, sure, but it gets a little stale.
Okay.
So I still enjoy the games that I play. Like, I still enjoy playing Dead by Daylight from time to time, but I can't do it. I mean, I've got 5,000 hours in the game. I can't play it every single day the way I used to.
And I've seen some of that, like even from some of my favorite streamers, right? Who, like ones who've played like World of Warcraft and all those ones who just there's a point when they need to kind of step away and do something a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
And that
even,
becomes important.
Even if it's just like a little bit of time.
Yeah. And what's this for Dead by Daylight? Do they have like pretty regular content releases and stuff like that?
Yeah, they come out with new stuff every 3 months.
Okay.
So that helps keep it fresh at least a little bit. But yeah, I'm trying to be less of Cauliflower, the Dead by Daylight streamer, and more of just Cauliflower, the streamer.
Okay.
So that's why, started playing Apex in January, and I try to get all the new releases that I can.
Okay. And you try to play in going from there, yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil Village, I know we've brought up. That was super fun because I got to stream that early.
Oh wow,
I
okay.
usually get to stream any horror release.
You have a
early.
tendency to get early.
Yeah.
Well, that would be super cool.
Yeah, so that stuff's very fun. And I get to do the cosplay with it, which is cool.
So the fine folks here have actually here in the studio have actually put together have pulled a Resident Evil comic for you. Just knowing that you're a Resident Evil fan, so we're going to show that here on the channel right now.
Oh gosh.
Little Resident Evil hit humor for you guys while we're pulling things together. Oh. What do you think?
I like it. They actually put this on my PC over there that I've been hanging out with at the studio. Aww.
People are laughing. I have played no Resident Evil, so I don't know actually at all what any of this means.
She's just...
I'm assuming it's hilarious.
She's one of the villains in Village. So
Right.
she's one of the, I guess, monsters you go up against is what you would call it. And the internet absolutely fell in love with her.
And she wasn't really supposed to be a fall in love with kind of character.
No, I don't think they really saw that coming.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So that's kind of what everything, yeah, so I get what it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of Resident Evil, just so people know, we're going to bring up our next code. And our next code is actually Resident Evil, given that it's one of the games that you really like. And some of these codes are always attached to unique things about the streamers we have here on the show. Again, we have some really awesome stuff. Like right there, you're seeing the Crucial X6 500 gig portable SSD. I actually have one of those. I absolutely love it. as well as RAM. We're giving away CPUs like the L11600K, which is a beast of a CPU for such a good price point. And then those really cool Pride kits right there. That we're giving 15 of those swag kits away, which is also pretty huge. And again, one of the things that people don't know, well, may not recognize, is that this is actually part of celebrating Pride. And you actually had a moment
I did.
that happened not that long ago that you actually had a big Pride moment as well, which is one of the reasons you're here on the show. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I can.
No, it's not like,
I don't know how much there's really to
there's
talk
not much
about
to
it,
say, but all in all, like still something.
yeah, since we went into Pride Month, I figured, why not just, I took some pictures with the bisexual flag, and I like made this big post like, hey everybody, I'm coming out, I'm bisexual. And it was just like, I have such a cool community, and they're so open-minded and just
Right.
accepting of literally everything. I didn't even have a moment of doubt with them, that I knew they were gonna be super, super supportive and awesome, and they were. And I don't know, just like the feedback
It was great.
was just amazing.
Well, cool. And I think that's an awesome thing for an opportunity to have you here on the show and just being a part of that as we kind of go through that stuff, which I thought was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to have you. This has nothing to do with Pride at all. This is just hooking stuff up. Going from there, we're going to go ahead and hook up all of your RGB. So this is all the stuff that's going to make everything, and it just made me think of rainbow and then of course the RGB. So first thing I'm going to have you do is you're going to take this connection. You see there's a little white line. You're going to connect that right up there. And that's like basically this is for your pump.
Ooh, nice.
There you go. Perfect. Now, there's all of these, and they're going to be separate. So we're going to kind of separate these out. We're going to take this one right here. And that's going to go into one. Yep, just like that. Okay. And then we're going to find another one of these right here. And that one's going to go into two. Okay. And then we're going to find another one. Those are not them. There should be one. Oh, there it is. I'm literally holding on to it. This is your other third fan. So you're going to grab that. It's going to go into three. Okay, now what we're going to do is going to take these three. First thing we're going to do is going to take this one. And this is going to go on the other side, and that's going to go into one right over here. What we're doing is you're just plugging all of your RGB into the Capellix hub, so that way it's really easy for your stuff to control. And then this is going to go into 2 and 3. Oops, sorry about that. There you go. And that one's going to go into 3. Okay, now we're going to take your front fans. They're all over here. Same thing. Separate the RGB and then the fans out. Takes a little bit of, it's like I kind of feel like sometimes I'm doing like cross stitch, which are like slowly untangling things. Okay, so these are going to go into 4, 5, and 6. And we don't tighten them until we basically make sure they're all connected, because then we can know where we can kind of place this thing.
That's like all
Yeah, it's all,
tangled.
there you go.
There we go.
So that's going to go into 4, 5, and 6. There you go.
Hello? There we go.
There we go. And 5 and 6. Okay, and then we're going to take these three, and these are going to go into 4, 5, and 6 on the other side. These are RGB.
There.
Boom.
And you're all tangled, but there.
Boom.
And
And boom.
wait, that's upside down.
Perfect. Okay, now this is all hooked up. Everything is good. So now what I'm going to do, this is like a kind of a slow part, but this is where we slowly now figure out how we're going to hook this up so it all stays right. So it's just one of the fun things. This is called the cable management side. It's just about making your build look prettier. And this is just me being anal retentive. We're going to, hopefully, the plan is to actually stick your hub right here. So I'm going to have you take these, and go ahead and peel the back, and you're going to put one right here and one right here. Perfect. This is just so we have the adhesive on it. I know it seems like duh, but sometimes sometimes people can't quite see what we're doing. So I'm just trying to explain also for people who are watching, because a lot of people, you'd be surprised how many people love to watch people build PCs. In fact, that's everything I do is just about streaming and building PCs, and a live stream for that. But we'll have
Yeah, that really surprised me, actually.
10,000 people, pretty on average,
I
is
know.
pretty much what watches this, which is always a lot of fun. And some people find it therapeutic, and some people just, it's a learning experience. And the thing is like we try to make sure with people just like you who really just want to get in and do this stuff. This is such an important tool for a lot of modern day, whether that's streaming or basically video editing and a lot of stuff. People just want to be able to do PCs, and still, even with the pandemic and everything, this is still one of the best. This is still better to do. It's more inexpensive to just do it yourself. Well, that used to be true. Now with hopefully with GPUs getting easier to get, it gets a little bit easier, and hopefully people can build their own PC. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to start grouping all of your cables together. So that way, should we end up having problems, we just know where everything goes. It just takes a little bit of time. So bear with me, chat. And we're going to start kind of working through that. And then, so what made you, when you decided, you started in Ohio, and then you decided to move to San Diego.
Yes, I did.
So what was that move? Like, why San Diego? What was it about San Diego and it was like at a pretty crazy
Oh
time.
my God. Yeah, I don't think I could have picked a worse time, honestly, because I moved to San Diego in February of 2020, right before lockdown. Like literally like the next week, everything shut down. And I was like isolated in my apartment. Like, what did I do? There's nobody here. I really have always liked California and the West Coast specifically because of the gaming world. And I have been out here for several different gaming conventions. And I actually just, for some reason, really liked San Diego more than any other place that I had been. Plus, it was going to be super convenient because TwitchCon is typically in San Diego. Not sure where it'll be when we start having conventions again. Also, like San Diego Comic-Con is a thing.
Yeah.
And that's like on a bucket list of mine.
So you haven't got to do it yet.
I've never been, and then everything got shut down. So I'm hoping I get to go and then like unveil some really big cosplay one day.
Oh, wow.
I think
That'd be huge,
really
yeah.
Fun.
So have you got to do any gaming events whatsoever?
Not really, no, because
Just ever since, like, really when you got into it, like, even before you didn't get to do PAX or anything like that?
no, sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay,
Since
sorry.
coming out here,
Okay.
no, because there haven't been any. But yeah, I pretty much go to like every PAX East, PAX West, TwitchCon. I was gonna try to go to the TwitchCon Amsterdam.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna try to finally go out to one of those, and then that got canceled. So hopefully,
So what are some of your favorite convention memories
oh,
that you could talk about?
yeah, I was like,
The way that you said that, I was like, maybe I need to clarify. No, just kidding.
I'm trying to think. Honestly, it's usually just little things like going and getting ramen with all of my gaming buddies from all over the world that we never get to be in the same room.
Right.
So, going out getting ramen or, running around to different parties together. There's not any like one specific thing that sticks out really. It's just like being surrounded by all of my
friends.
friends and my community. And
Have you done any meetups with people from your community and like at some of the shows?
yeah,
that's cool.
I've had like a couple meet and greets.
Okay.
Where like there's the giant line and everything, but I also have done I'll get everybody together for maybe dinner or something. But my community is getting a little big for that, so
You're not taking them to dinner anymore?
no, I have to figure out what we're gonna do next.
Next time it's like you're going to do it in like Vegas at like, you're going to like rent out like a buffet.
We're just
and-
gonna have like cauliflower con. I'm just gonna start my own con. It's gonna be great.
Wouldn't that be cool though?
That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy. So, and then so this year is, because it sounds like we're starting to get to the point where a lot of events are starting to re-happen again. I know, even when we were talking to Joel on the stream, like he's doing music and stuff again. So what are the things you're looking forward to the most this year? I know there's no Comic-Con this year as far as
Yeah,
I know.
no, I doubt there'll be any conventions this year. Well, I got vaccinated, so I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I'm going to Vegas with some
Okay.
friends from back home, and we're gonna
Okay.
go to a concert. Which, like, I'm very into music.
Okay.
and live music. So,
What's your genre?
well, that's the thing. I listen to like
Everything?
everything.
Okay.
I really like alternative rock or
Okay.
electronic stuff. It's
Okay.
very like.
Like
so-
EDM, that sort of
Yeah,
thing? Yeah.
like I'm gonna go see Zed.
Okay.
So, that's the plan.
So, wow. So, first concert coming up.
Yeah, a little nervous, but
Oh, it'll be great.
I'm ready for things to get a little bit more normal.
And you're vaccinated already and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff anyway.
Yeah. So
Cool.
it should be good.
So what is it like? So what is it when you did do these meet and greets in your community? What was that like? Do you remember like the first time you ever did it and you met people that, who used to watch you and stuff? Was that strange or?
It was, I remember one time, probably like the one memory that sticks out from that is I was just out eating dinner and this person came up to me and they like couldn't breathe. They couldn't pull
Wow.
it together. They were like, oh my God, you're cauliflower. And it was like another Twitch partner.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
to me, it just like completely rocked my world because I was like, I'm just me. I'm just another person. And I felt so like, it'll be okay. We can get through this together. But it was, gosh, it really just like, I don't know. For some reason, that one really sticks with me because,
That's always cool.
yeah, like you just think of everybody as like, I'm just a dude playing video games. Like, I'm not some big deal like everybody tries to make it out to be. And
And that's
yeah.
that's kind of not what you want either, right? Like,
no, I don't want people to like have almost panic attacks when they see me. Like, I want them to just. That's why I always bring like gifts
Yep.
for my viewers. I bring
wow,
little
okay.
enamel pins with me, so there's like this thing that they can bring up and talk with me about, and it can kind of help them like. There's a reward for like coming and saying
There's a
hi.
reward for coming and talking
And then
to me.
if they have like one of those moments where they kind of start to like freak out because they don't know what to say, because a lot of people have like really bad social anxiety.
Right.
I try to like help them through it, give them their pin, and let them go so they don't, freak out anymore. But
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
try to keep that in mind. But it's fun.
And speaking of that, we actually speaking of pins, like we actually have these really cool Pride. Basically, you can see them right there. The
yeah.
enamel pins.
That's
I'm hoping that we actually, like we were talking a little bit, like I really want that. I really
Yeah.
want that mouse mat, and just some really great swag that we're giving away. That's stuff that people can win. We've given away, I think, 8 codes at this point in time. So we still got a couple more that we're going to be doing during the stream, but. Yeah, I think it's rad to get to do that stuff. That's just
Yeah.
it's one of those things that like I didn't start streaming till right before the pandemic.
Oh,
and so
wow,
I've only
okay.
been doing it. We're just now coming up. I just celebrated my 1 year as a affiliate because I stream to multiple. I have a
Yeah.
modified
Yeah, I get
agreement, so
that.
I stream to multiple things. But it's one of those things that people keep asking about doing like a meet and greet. I have gotten lots of like every time I went to Micro Center today to get your fans, and like
Yeah.
every time I go to a Micro Center, it did no matter what. It's like I know I'm not
somebody.
going to get out of there without getting some number of pictures and stuff like that. But
You're
it is still.
famous.
I'd love. I mean, it's doing a community thing. I just like teaching people about
Yeah.
PCs, which is always super fun. So.
Really rewarding meeting them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're almost close. So what I've done is you guys we'll get a top-down view right now, but what I did is essentially just make your stuff look nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in a nightmare. I mean, we're gonna cut some cables and stuff right now, but everything's just kind of all strung together. What I've started doing is pre-wiring all of your front panel connections. So we're gonna run all that stuff now and start having you hook things up to the motherboard. Once that's done, then we're gonna put in your GPU and then your power supply, and then it's kind of done. You're actually well over 3/4 finished with this build at this point in time. So we're actually cooking with gas and in great shape right now. So I'm going to figure out where these two go by looking at the motherboard real quick, and then we'll move on. Okay, so this one's going to go to the bottom down here. This is your USB 3.2, and then this is your USB-C. Going to disconnect that, and this is going to go right up here. And then once we get these in, then what we'll do is we'll start putting all of our cables through. Okay, so there's that. So that takes care of that, and then we need one more cable, which is the one that you pulled on purpose at the beginning, which is that one that threw me back in the day, because you just knew. You're like, yes, you need this cable, Roby. So we're going to pull this one out. This is your SATA is going to hook up to your cat meme photo thing here, right here, or cosplay, or
Yeah.
we don't talk about what's
Whatever
going on
it
this
is.
drive. And then we're going to just run this right into here. Okay, and then that is the, so we're going to turn this over and you're going to see a bunch of cables just sticking out. And you get to hook them up.
Woo.
Who's ready?
I'm ready.
Ugh. And those are all those zip ties sticking out here. Okay, so let's have you pop over here. I'm gonna start having you pop things in here. So the first one we're gonna do, this one's gonna go into this middle one right here. Because the other two should be disabled, so you're gonna put that one right there.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of this weird bends.
In the
And the
middle.
silver's gonna go on the top, yeah. The silver part's gonna go on the top.
All right. I'm trying to make sure I get the cable like
Yeah, it's just weird.
underneath.
Yeah. Then we'll pull it taut afterwards. There you go. Perfect. Click. Solid click. Okay, this one is USB-C. There's only one way to see which way it is. Not that way. It's just going to go this way. And it's going to pop in right there.
Goes in this way.
Nope.
This
The other way. Other way. You turn it right. There you go. Just like that. It'll go in pretty easily if it's the right way. Just push it in.
That right?
There you go. It's okay. A lot of people get nervous
Well,
that
they
they're
make
like,
little like. I get
Oh.
nervous. There's gonna be like a
oh, of
crunch.
course. Yeah, of course. You're like, now I'm going to hook this one up because this is the worst blooming cable on the planet. It's a
Okay.
USB 3.2. So I'm going to take this one real quick and I'm going to have you hook this up because you've hooked this up before. And that goes into one of these little headers right here. Can you see it?
Can't see it, but I believe.
See those little those little headers? You hook just like the other one that you did.
Which one am I doing?
Either one.
Here?
Yep. That works totally fine.
Wait.
Boom. Perfect. Now this one is the worst cable on the planet because it's the one. Can you hold those real quick? Okay. This is like you have to do it at a 90 degree, and if you don't, it just bends pins. There we go. Okay. So this one, this is your USB, and what this does is this is powering your whole AIO here. So I'll trade you.
Okay.
As you can see, there's one little pin that's filled in, so it only goes one way, and it's going to go into this USB connection right there.
I cannot see.
See where it says USB? And the USB usually goes top. Yep, just like that.
USB 1 or 2.
Either one.
Let's do 2.
Perfect.
Hello? I know that's right.
Okay. Give it some gusto. Oh, it's on. Oh, you got it on.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's already, it just went on easily.
Oh.
You're just probably expecting it to be harder.
Okay.
Okay, and then this is the last one. This is your HD audio. This is for your front panel connections. This one is going to go into the far corner right there, and you can see there's the missing pin. Boom. This is always like the most rewarding part because this is like everything. Like this is just making the PC work. Did you get it in?
Maybe?
I'll check.
Check it.
It's all good. It's
I
running
think
forward?
I did, but
Okay, you are in. Okay, now the last one. These are the most challenging cables you'll plug in. These are your front panel connections. And I always like to let people do these because they're fun-ish. Not really. Okay, so reset switch. This is your reset switch. I'll give you the first one. This is going to go, well, I'm going to put the first one in. I'll let you do the ones from here.
okay.
This is going to go right here. Okay, now, so the reset switch is in. So that way, like, you have like a nice point of reference. So power switch, which is this one right here, goes right above the one I just did. And it goes with the top up. So power switch goes up, facing the other, yep, just like that, and it goes right above reset switch.
Like right here?
Yep, just right above it, just like that. Just push it all the way in. Perfect. Okay, next one is power plus and minus. So same thing, you just want plus to be on the left and minus to be on the right, and these are going to go right next to the power switch one you just hooked up. And honestly, I'm always super proud of when people do these ones because these are like the little itty bitty connectors that not every company, some companies make it easy like NZXT, but this is just like a rite of passage for PC building when you hook up your first front panel connections. It is. I don't know. I think it is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, they're so fiddly. Let's see how you did.
Is that right?
Yes, it is. Congratulations. You are officially a PC builder. Your certificate is in the mail. It goes right. It's almost as good as your 100,000 YouTube or whatever. I don't know. I'm proud. I'm proud of you. You did good, kid. You did good. I love doing this stuff. You having fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay, so now your motherboard and basically your PC pretty much works. What we're going to do is turn it over, do a little bit more cable management. Then we're going to put in your GPU, which is always the most exciting thing because that's what everybody wants to see. Throw in some other pretty cables to make it look really nice, and then throw in some power and turn it on. Okay. And then you're going to go show me how to look good in Apex Legends.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a rehash of what we're going to do. So you got all this stuff done, and I'm just going to quickly start making it look pretty. So it's just done from there. Now, cosplay.
Yes.
Pretty big thing for you.
Yeah.
All in all, like what are some of the cosplays you've done?
Well, most notably would be my Lady Dimitrescu cosplay from Resident Evil Village.
Okay.
The internet kind of lost its mind over that one.
Okay. That was really, really good, huh?
Yeah,
I think I saw that one on Twitter.
Yeah, it's pinned on there. It was very recent.
Okay.
Because I did that for the launch of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I got to play the game early in the cosplay, so it was like a huge deal. Everybody was really excited. I also cosplayed Lilith from Borderlands. That was like
okay.
my first big one where I actually wore it at a convention.
Okay. What convention did you wear it at?
Oh, it was like some little thing in Ohio. I think it was called OhioCon. Is what they
Oh,
call it.
wow. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
That'd be pretty
was-
funny if it was like just about cheese and you wore like a. I know that's not really what it was about, but sorry.
No. It was a fun experience though. It took me 4 hours to get into that cosplay because I had to like paint all of her arm tattoos on her and everything. But like doing that with a mirror is really hard. You have to do everything backwards.
Oh yeah, bet you that is.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we actually have, for those who haven't seen it, because we figure like, why not? We actually have your Lady of the Matrix cosplay here for everybody to see on the show.
Goodness.
We're gonna pull this up so you guys can see it. There it is right there. Wow, you did awesome. So how hard was it to do something like this? Very hard, not
it's-
hard?
It's very tricky doing like a full body cosplay like that is really tough. I was actually lucky enough, I was able to commission the dress.
Okay.
I don't have that kind of time with stream and all of the things that I manage. But I had to get like each thing, just like I had to nail each thing. Like,
Okay.
So like fixing that wig was a nightmare because I had to glue it to my head.
Really?
Yeah, it's glued to my head in that. Because for whatever reason, she's got her hair like pinned back behind her ear, but wigs don't like doing that. So I had to like glue down the side and
Wow.
yeah, it was like a whole thing.
And what did you wear it just for the stream? or-
Yeah, I only wore it for the stream and for pictures because I didn't really have anywhere to wear it yet. But yeah.
And just so you guys know, I mean, given we're always connected here. So obviously the next code is Lady Dimitrescu. We're bringing that up right now. That's the next giveaway code for you guys. And there it is right now. You don't spell it the way that it sounds.
No, you
So I'm really glad we're actually putting that up because I would have spelled that completely
it's a very
wrong.
tough one.
Yeah, that is not a one that I would normally spell the way that it is from there. So I'm glad that they're actually showing that. Or we could have been like, haha, guess. No.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with how that's spelled, which is pretty awesome in terms of really making people really enjoy giveaways when you don't tell them exactly what
Yeah.
they need to do to get it in from there.
Yeah.
What's next in the cosplay world for you? Do you have other ones that you'd like to do?
I keep those secret.
What?
So actually.
What are we even here for?
Well, I don't even know. So I have a Patreon.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what that is, but
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
but other people may not, so why don't you, yeah.
so my Patreon is basically a place where people can follow along behind the scenes with anything that I'm working on.
Okay.
So they could follow, like, they get to know basically announcements ahead of time. So if, say, when I was working on the Lady Dimitrescu cosplay, they got to actually see the progress of it come together.
Okay.
And they get to see the pictures early or know what's what's coming up next. So I generally don't tell
Oh, okay.
what my next big one is, except for those people because
They're
they
supporting
get
you.
that, Yeah, they're,
that's a
they're
support
supporting
thing,
me,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
so they get that privilege.
Because it is like, I don't know if you said this, but it is a pay. Like, people do pay to support you
Yeah,
on
Patreon is like it's just another place where you can pledge.
Yeah.
You like pledge a certain amount each month.
And they usually can be related to like specific things. Like, people support you on Twitch with subs or whatever it was, but Patreon can be like, there could be like a subculture of people who want to support your cosplay
Yeah,
or
it's like
whatever.
another subsection of my community. It's like a little smaller, tighter knit part of my community. It's really kind of cute.
Okay.
But yeah, I have to really start working on cosplay soon because I do a month-long event in October called
Whoa.
Halloween.
It's called, I get it.
Halloween.
That's almost, and she said she doesn't know dad jokes. I'm just,
Well, okay, yeah, true. But I do like a month-long event of cosplay, horror games. I build a spooky set for my stream.
okay.
So I have like, it looks like you're in a haunted house basically
Cool.
behind me. And I was on the front page of Twitch last year for like all of my makeup and stuff I was doing.
Okay.
I did like a Pennywise look on stream that was a really big hit.
That's not cool.
Oh,
I mean, it's
I
cool for
thought
you.
it
It was
was
cool for your
cool.
people, but it's like not for
I
me.
thought it was cool.
That's the stuff that breeds nightmares. But that's the point.
Yeah, but I got to start getting ready for that because
So when do you start playing? You start planning now, pretty much?
pretty much
Okay.
it takes, I mean, because I did 12 cosplays last October
Whoa.
for it, and it takes a lot.
So what was some of the 12?
Pennywise was the big one.
Which is
Because it was
again
like a full
nightmares.
body thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it
Just
was
clowns in general are
it
pretty
was
much
cool.
the things a nightmare.
I did a really fun. So we've been speaking about like Game of Thrones. Daenerys, the dragon lady. Her and
Sorry, they just told me.
What did they tell
Just so
you?
people know, they talked to me in my ear, and
Yeah.
they were like, "Yeah, can you ask her what you'd like to see you cosplay?" I was like, that reaction was no. Sorry, I mean, I will, but I mean, it's just like, sorry, I know that reaction. You were probably
You're
like,
fine. I
what
was
did
like,
I
what's
do?
going on?
No, it was not your fault. It's just they surprised the crud out of me when they asked me that, and so I want to make sure I give you context to sit there and they're like, "What?"
oh no, you're good.
Oh, so. But yeah, so what was some of the Pennywise?
So I do special effects makeup too.
Okay.
So I did a
really?
yeah.
Okay.
I did like a half and half where half of me was the dragon queen, Daenerys.
Okay.
And then the like part of my eye looked like a dragon was coming out of my face.
Whoa.
Like I had like a dragon like contact in. I had scales popping out of my face. I did it all on stream. It took like 4 hours just to paint it all. That
That's
was
crazy.
a really fun one.
You really enjoyed that one?
Yeah.
So when you think about the next one, do you feel like you got to one up yourself?
Yes, I do.
And there's
and
eventually a point where it's like that's starting to get a little.
I've kind of hit that point already. I don't know how I'm supposed to keep one-upping. I did 12 cosplays last
That's
year, and I
crazy.
was like, by the end of October, I was like, I'm done. Halloween got there, and I was like, I don't even want to cosplay. I don't want to put on a costume. So,
What did you end up going to Halloween as? I'm just curious. Like after all that, were you like, I'm going as?
I threw on a. No, I could have. I actually did a Stranger Things event with Dead by Daylight on Halloween.
Okay.
So I was in
Great show.
a Stranger Things Scoops Ahoy outfit.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
Robin from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So that's what I did because it was really easy. I just had to wear a sailor hat and the dress, and it was like.
And you're
it's
like, I'm
fine.
in.
I was like, whatever. But yeah, that one was good.
Okay, so they want to ask if I was going to cosplay, what would you like to see me cosplay? I don't even know if you know an answer to that question. That's such a.
I want to see you in a Lady Dimitrescu cosplay.
Whoa.
I think that would be great with the giant hat, the dress.
What do you guys think, chap? Do you think
I
I
think
could
you
pull?
could
I think
do
we could
it.
pull it off, right? Yeah. People are
think
like
you could.
laughing. Yeah.
Yeah, like a gender
No.
bend.
No, one guy's flat out. No, don't do it.
I've
Oh, I know you will. I know that's the thing. It's like I have this misfit stream. It's like, oh, and by the way, you asked, and now Roby's wearing it.
I've got an extra hat if you need it.
Oh my gosh! And you're only down in San Diego. And you know
Yeah,
what? Honestly, he has your contact info. So yeah, guess what? I'm going to be building an entire PC dressed as Lady Dimitrescu next week. It's
That would be.
going to be yeah. We're going to have to
Interesting.
negotiate pay on that
Think
one.
of the-
No, man. I have always wanted to get into cosplay.
yeah, I'm curious. Like, You said you did one once.
I did do like, so like, and it's not good. I mean, like I went to, I have like I have everything for Harry Potter as like
Really?
straight up like this, the sweater. I had a sweater made. I had all the stuff made. So that's what I'm going to do for Halloween this year is actually do a full on Harry Potter one. But I've never done anything like crazy. I did a Jedi that actually had a really nice robe made and stuff like that. But I mean, that's all it seems like pretty legit. My son, we did do a ridiculous Master Chief one, which you actually I think he got like 100 and like I think it got like almost 12,000 likes when we did it on Twitter, which everybody remembers the little I don't know if people do remember the little Master Chief. I'll show it to you later. But yeah, my son like killed it, and that was a great one. He actually ended up winning a competition during the Halo. They had the Halo events, and he got to go and do one of those, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But that's like the extent of it. No, I'm so impressed with cosplayers. Just as somebody who just pays so much attention to detail in other ways, like it's just one of those things that I watch it, and it's just like, I mean, you did such a great job. It's awesome, and so you did so well. I wish I could pull it off. Apparently, people want to see me pull it off, and there's something wrong with every single one of you. No, that's actually not true. But all in all, like I do anything to entertain, which is always fun. Okay, I have it all cleaned up. You can see we all look nice. This one cable's driving me bonkers, which I kept fiddling with, but I'm like, there's eventually a point, Roby, where you just literally need to finish the build. Okay, so let's flip this over. All of your stuff is hooked up. You guys let's take a look. Let's go top down. What do you guys think? This is the state of the build. This is power. We got one more power down here, but everything else is pretty much, what do you guys think in terms of cleanliness? Are we feeling pretty good about how this looks? I know we have this one cable we just need to draw down there, but looks so clean and good. People are happy, clean and neat. That's what I like to see when I finish a build. So, and again, if you ever have issues, it makes it really easy for me to remember how you actually did your build. So let's flip it over and open up your GPU. Now we can just turn it over because everything's all put away. Okay, so if you want to grab your GPU box, this is all you. This is all the favorite part. Because
Okay.
people love these things. This is the unboxing.
Well, of course they do. You
Yes.
can't find, well,
Yeah, you can't. You're right. Okay, here's your Razablad.
nice. Where are we? There.
It actually may not need one. Some
don't
of them
even
do, some of them
know.
don't. Might have over-prepared you. Kind of getting our mess cleaned up while we're at it. We're at the tail end of the build now. So what are some of the places that people were going to look you up and they wanted to, is it cauliflower everywhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's shocking nobody else wanted it. Yeah, no.
Can't tell if you're serious.
No. Every single social media that I have, my Instagram, my TikTok, my Twitter, YouTube, whatever, it's all cauliflower.
Okay.
So,
What's some of your TikTok content?
right now it's mostly taking clips from stream, like best moments.
Okay.
But the plan is to get a bunch of cosplay stuff. So the next time I put on like a big cosplay, I plan on filming like a ton of new TikToks and everything. So.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
You enjoy doing TikTok?
I do actually, because it's so weird how many people are on TikTok
Oh, a
and
lot,
like
yeah.
how easily you can go viral on it. Like I posted one video of my pet snake.
Okay.
In less than 48 hours, she got 200,000 views. I
Wow.
was like, okay,
I
why?
really like snakes,
They do.
apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
Okay, here we go, guys. Pulling it out. This is the MSI Ventus. Love the way this card looks. It's triple fan cooling. It's still got that really massive heat sink, which is nice. And then you can guys basically take a look at it. This is what we're going to basically get installed here in a minute. What we're going to do is we'll go ahead and set it down right here. And you can see these two screws right here. You're going to grab the screwdriver and remove those two screws. And then remove the little plates that go with it.
Second and third one, right?
Huh?
The second and third
Yeah,
one?
second and third, correct. Yep.
Woo.
There we go. Okay, great. Now what we're going to do is you're going to take your CPU, your GPU, sorry, not your CPU. That's already in.
Yeah.
And then you're going to set it in. It's going to go right in that little slot right there. And then let me know, I know the table has a tendency to be very high, so if you can't, let's remove this right here.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure, there we go. Perfect. Other way.
This way?
Yep, so it's going to go in just like that. Yep, and it's going to go right in that little slot right
Nice.
there. So you're going to go under and then over.
Huh.
Here, let me get, you want to,
What are
let's get you started.
What are you-
How do I do that? Just like this.
Oh.
Then you're
I
just going to
see.
line it up. Yeah, there you go. Just line it up, and then if you can line it into the top slot, into that slot.
Wait, so like out and then, okay, maybe I don't see.
Okay.
You,
I'm a little bit taller, so it does actually help. There you go. And then I'll have you, oh, never mind. I just slapped it in.
Cool.
Okay. You okay with that? Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so we're all in. Now what we got to do is we got to figure out where, this is your anti-sag bracket. We just got to figure out, so go ahead and remove these 3 screws, but we're not going to remove the little plates this time.
Cool.
Perfect.
And 3.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, now what we're going to do, make these all sit back in. And then this is going to do is just going to keep your GPU from sagging, which is what people always complain about. Like you'll sit there and put it in there like, your GPU sagging. It's just like a pet peeve of PC builders. Okay, so now we just got to get this to stay, which is literally the most annoying thing. I just want to fall. I'll do this one, and then we'll go from there. One at a time. Oh, come on. Okay. I'd be curious, like, when you commission, like when you thought, hey, I'm going to do this, this particular cosplay, how did you figure out how to get the commission, the dress and stuff like that? If people were like wanting to get into it and they're like, oh, I'd love to do a cosplay or stuff like that, what are some of the things that you'd recommend getting them started with?
Well,
You're like, don't give up.
Well, cosplaying is a very expensive hobby. Can
Okay.
be a very expensive hobby if you're trying to go like super detail oriented. Honestly, you don't want to start with like the most expensive stuff, like commissioning a
Right.
full dress. Like I did that, so I find people to commission through like Etsy.
Okay.
That's usually where I'll look for people. Or like I've known people over the years that I've commissioned for some things. But a lot of it is just you're making it with like random things you already have, or like you're going to like a craft store and finding stuff to like repurpose.
Okay.
Like I've taken clothes and then like altered them basically for cosplays. So it doesn't always have to be some like brand new original thing. I just wanted to go very big for
That particular one.
yeah.
And it's very time consuming, right? Because
It
of just the
is.
amount of like finding just that right piece.
Yes.
And then
Trying
how-
to like source it all.
Yeah. How long does where do you look? Like, is it just like, is it a lot of like, what's the word? Thrifting or?
Some of it's thrifting, some of it's just Amazon.
Okay. Just like, hey, search for.
Yeah, you'll be searching for like the base of the outfit. Generally, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I did a cosplay from Dead by Daylight where
Okay.
I was the character Meg Thomas. And like I just went on Amazon and I ended up finding it was basically like a really flowy brown like skirt that I found that, and then I like got it, I cut like a slit into it, and then I painted, like hand painted a bunch of flowers on it so that it looked just like it did in game. I usually will do that though. Like Amazon's pretty great for that. Like
And you have to like, you just basically are like looking for blue shirt or brown
Yeah.
skirt or.
yeah, and then you might have to sew it afterwards or paint it or cut it up or tear it up or whatever it is.
And you've probably ended up having to learning a lot of new skills,
Yeah.
right? Like,
you learn a ton of new things. Like, I'm not very good at sewing, so I usually try to avoid projects that require sewing, but anything with like painting fabrics and like weathering them so they look like gritty, like they're in a video game, that's really fun to do. Like messing them up.
You enjoy that part of it?
Yes, that is super fun.
Okay, guess what? We're back to cable combs.
Ooh.
We're on the last like little bits of cables that need to get done now for this stuff. So these are extra. I'm going to hand you some cable combs, and then what we're going to do now is get the last little bits. We're going to get the GPU and basically the board power done. And so what we're going to do, the way you kind of do this is you test fit them. So we're going to say, okay, if we're going to plug these in, these are going to go like that essentially. Yep. And so what we want is all of the cable combs, and there's 4 per cable, to be on the top. Maybe it might be 3. No, it's 4. Okay, good. Okay, so there's a total of 8. And then you want the cables, so I'll pop the first one in for you, and then you can put the other ones on. There you go. So you're going to want 3 more on that, like that, below it.
Like just directly under it? Or
Yeah, and
like-
then we can scoot them out afterwards.
Okay.
And that is the same way. I'll put one on here, and then I'll have you do that while I do the one on the 24 pin. So who are some of your favorite, like, other people who you've seen in cosplay who've, like, kind of inspired you? Do you have other cosplayers you really, like, you're just impressed by, or?
Oh, yeah.
Or
So the biggest inspiration for me cosplay-wise is Jessica Negri.
okay.
She like kind of pioneered it, honestly.
Okay.
Because she showed up at like I don't remember which convention it was, but like her first thing ever was her doing a Pikachu cosplay.
Oh, wow, okay.
But she did it a little bit more not kid friendly.
Okay.
So she got a lot of attention very quickly for that, and then it just kind of like opened up this crazy amount of just love for cosplay for tons of people. I don't know. She puts a lot of like really. You can see the production quality and everything
Right.
that she does. Like she does like full photo shoots with like Photoshop on everything and making sure it all looks absolutely perfect. But I just kind of enjoy her stuff because she's just so unapologetically herself.
And that's
like,
what you really like about it?
Yeah,
It's
it's-
just like her cosplay is like, it's like unique to her, and
Yes.
it's her.
Yes. She does it, and it's kind of like well, if you don't like it, oh well, this is
yeah,
me.
that's cool.
And I think that's just for everything in life. I think that's a kind of a cool motto.
Like if you had like a dream cosplay, like I know you can't tell us what your next one is, but you know, like if you had one that like is like your bucket list of cosplay, what are some of the like bucket list ones?
I have worked on one of them, but I kind of hit a snag.
Okay.
Pyramid Head.
Wow, okay.
I wanted to go really, really, really big and make I already have like a sword that's like this tall.
Okay.
Like just chilling in my stream room.
Okay.
Because I really like making the props for cosplay. Those are really fun. So like making the weapons and stuff, making them look like they're actually metal and like they have blood on them or whatever it is. So that's a really big one.
Anything else?
I don't know.
No. So it's like your mind is working
I'm
now.
kind of just winging it, and we'll see what happens.
And some of it might, some of it's probably as yet to be discovered because you haven't seen certain games, or there might be something
Exactly.
else. Like, it's not like I could have asked you that question 2 years ago and you would have been like, Lady Demetrix. People would be like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
So I still have to find all the characters.
Okay. So what we're going to do now,
There we go.
we're
Finally.
going to go ahead and get this just kind of going right here since we're close. Let me grab this last one and then we'll kind of get this stuff hooked up and then get your PSU and get this powered here. Yeah, I get used to putting these together after a while. Okay, and then you got one more for me. There you go, perfect. And then go from there. And then we'll get these plugged in and then we'll just quickly get your PSU on. We'll turn it on and play some Apex. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome.
Okay, so these things, basically just going to put them in right there. I'll put one in, you put the other one here. So let me just show you how to do it. Just gonna go in just like that, make sure it clicks.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's like,
Yeah, and sometimes it'll be a little bit wacky with like the side there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Cool, perfect. And I'm gonna hook this one up. It's your power cable. It's gonna go right there. This is one of the worst, the hardest thing, one complaint I have about this case is there's a little thin part right here called it's a rubber grommet, and that rubber grommet gets in the way. So I'm just gonna run your cables real quick, make it look pretty. And did I do all four? Oh no, that's why. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get that down. Yeah, but like I think cosplay is like it's just one of those things. Like I watch and like you said, some of them are just works of art, and then it's just like when you see them, you're just like, man, that's
Yeah, like-
crazy.
some of the big builds will have full on like LEDs and like smoke machines in them. And I want to get to that level one day, but that's like if it's your full-time job, maybe. So I don't think I'll ever quite get there, but
Yeah, there are like cosplay streamers, right? Like people
Oh,
who
yeah.
just like literally stream them putting cosplay together, right?
yeah, I streamed making a cosplay once, like a long time ago when I was working on the Borderlands cosplay, the
Okay.
Lilith one. I was cell shading the outfit. Took a very long time.
And did people enjoy the content?
Yeah, I mean, because I
It's a little
think
bit different.
I got to talk with them more.
Yeah, that's one of the things I notice about sometimes some of the stuff that we do. It's like, oh, it's a very conversational, like you're like, it's called heavy cognitive load. You know that term. Yeah. So yeah, you have a heavy cognitive load when you're playing games because you're like, I'm trying to win,
Yeah, and chat's like, but
but
pay
talk
attention
to us,
me.
converse with us, tell us your inner thoughts. Okay, let's get this last little thing in, and then we'll hook up your power supply. Oh, come on. There it is. Just that much too thin. And there we go. Okay, so we'll let that be a surprise for you when you can see the final version. So there's all your cables ready to get kind of done. So we're just going to put this down like that. And then let's grab your power supply. You get to be part of a Robitech tradition on power supplies. Here in a minute.
What is this tradition?
Where you get to smell it.
What?
Yep.
You
It's part of the process.
smell it?
Just go with it. Yeah, just go with it.
Okay.
Okay, so we're all good there. Let me grab your power supply real quick, and then we'll get that hooked up. Let me turn this bad boy on. We're so close. So do you have, like, have you had any, like, top stream moments or top, like, things that you have had, like, accomplished in your streaming career that you go back and you think about? Like, what are some of those big, like, golden things that have kind of happened over your time?
Well, we do charity streams.
Okay.
My community has raised over, I can't remember exactly, but it's over $50,000 for
Wow.
charity. And that's only like, it's just little old me doing it. So I'm very happy with that.
That's still huge.
We've only done them for like maybe 3 years,
Okay.
roughly. So really happy about that. We've raised money for Stack Up. So we raised money for veterans.
Okay.
Trying to get them video games and things. Veterans and like currently serving members.
Active duty.
To help them out with everything. Yeah. And then we also just recently raised a bunch of money for Gamers Outreach.
Okay. Yeah, Zach and his team.
Yeah. So you know all about it. They bring the carts
Carts.
around hospitals to sick kids. So we got to do that. We have another one coming up in July. We do a lot of charity stuff, which I'm very proud of. So that's like one of the things we've done.
Okay.
I just celebrated hitting 90,000 followers on Twitch.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that big 100,000's coming up quick.
Coming up, huh?
Yeah, I gotta do something for it. I don't ever.
You haven't figured out what
I
it
don't know
is?
What to do. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, like I just hit full time, like 4 years, June 1st. So
Wow, okay.
that was a big thing.
Did you guys do anything cool for that?
No, because I've had so many things going on lately.
Right.
It's usually they sneak up on me and I realize it. I'm like, oh
You're like,
no.
oh man, I should have
It's
done
like
something
tomorrow.
for this. Yeah.
Yeah. But the big Pride announcement on June 1st
that's pretty big,
was
yeah.
kind of the bigger thing to me. So.
And having support from your community
Yeah.
for that stuff and things like that too is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then what do you got, like, when you think about, like, short term, what are some of the things that your community can look forward to? Or have you not planned that far here?
Well, like I told you, I'm trying to plan for Halloween.
Okay, so that's the big
Trying to
one.
plan out all those cool cosplays. I have a Dead by Daylight charity event in July
Okay.
that we'll be doing. Like I'll actually be streaming on a weekend, and it'll be for charity with
Wow.
a bunch of my friends are on my team. So that'll be really fun. Should be really goofy. Gosh, there's a very big announcement that I can't say what it is, but
be ready.
there's a huge announcement coming this week
Okay.
that they don't know about yet. So
What day should they tune in to check that out if they're interested?
I'm hoping Wednesday.
Okay,
But
Wednesday.
I'll let them know. It's tentative for Wednesday, but there's a very, very, very big thing happening, and
You're excited about it, I can
very
tell.
excited. Yes.
And you know, it's funny because it's something we haven't talked about. I know there's a lot of people, again, some people from your audience, but a lot of people who probably have never watched you before. When do you typically stream?
So
I mean, not everybody probably knows that.
yeah, it's true. So I stream Monday through Friday. I start around 1 p.m. Pacific, and then I go anywhere from like 6 to 8 hours from there.
Okay, so it's like they're long.
Yeah, they're decent streams. I usually start with like an hour of just chatting with my community, and I'll like get ready for the day, do my makeup. If I want to do something big that day, I'll do something big like a cosplay or something. And then we get into the games, and like basically I have like a couple days of Dead by Daylight, a couple days of Apex, and then a day of whatever I want to do. Yeah, that's me.
That's pretty, I mean, like, again, that's like 6 hours. What, like, a lot of people, sometimes people bring up and they always ask, like, what made you determine the times that you actually stream?
I don't really remember what it was that made me decide to do 6 hours. I think it was initially when I went full time, I tried to like schedule out like an actual 40-hour week.
Okay.
Okay, I used to stream 6 days a week.
Okay.
And then it was just like,
That's a little
it
much.
was killing me. I needed more of a, work-life balance. So I cut it back to Monday through Friday instead. And I think I just kind of kept the stream time like that because it just was what I was used to. But, yeah.
And then again, weekend streams, how often do you think you stream on the weekends?
It's super rare, like maybe like 1 or 2 times a year.
So it's not something that happens all that
No,
often.
it's not something that happens often. But
It's a big deal when you actually do it.
yes. That's why we're doing it for that big charity stream.
And how long have you done any of those 24-hour ones, like Extra Life or?
Yes, I did a subathon that was
Okay.
a 24-hour stream, and I
Not do that again?
don't want to do a 24-hour stream again because I walked away from my PC like I was intoxicated. I hadn't had anything to drink. It's just the way that your body reacts to.
You're so tired.
Oh, I was so because it's not just being awake for 24 hours; it's being entertaining for 24 hours.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Especially, did you just do it on your own?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
wow.
was just me for 24 hours. The only break I had was like a 20-minute break where we had a planned video of what would you call that? Like a throwback video where you could watch different clips throughout the years from my stream, just so I could run and take a shower to try to wake up. So it was like a 20-minute video I had everybody watch, and I ran away to
To go clean up. And
go try to wake up. Yeah.
I did a 24-hour stream for Extra Life. It was the first year. I
Yeah.
actually had a bunch of guests who were on the show at the same time. But around 3 in the morning, I was playing Minecraft, which was the wrong game to play at 3 in the morning. And then I fell asleep. And then I slept for about 4 hours on stream. And I woke up and I still had, we still had 200 or 300 people there. And eventually somebody got a hold of one of my coworkers, because we were doing it, Microsoft got a hold of my family member and they came over and came to our house and was like, hey, you're still streaming. And I was like, wait, what? And so it was ever since then I've
It
never decided to do it on my own because it's really hard to do 24 hours on your own. So
is. Yeah.
mad props.
Well, thank you. I did do one of those Extra Life streams, but it was with some friends in college before I knew what streaming was. So
Right.
it was years before I actually tried it on my own. They can be fun.
We do them. So we've done them. I've done 4 of them. We do them. I do them for Xbox. I did them for Xbox for years. We raised about $250,000. But it was this is a whole team. So it's again, like you said, there's something to be said about raising 50,000 just as a thing. But they're not easy, and we had a whole production team, and it was crazy, but a lot of fun. And that's actually what got me into streaming. Is when I was doing those, I was building PCs on stream. And people were like, "This is really entertaining. What if you did this all the time?" And then it turned into a kind of a full-time thing. So I love charity streams. I love giving back to the community. So I think it's awesome that you get to do some of that stuff. And then how do you choose the charities? What was it about?
It's tough because there's so many charities out there, and it's really hard to figure out
what's the right
what
one?
you're gonna do. Initially, we went with Stack Up just because I have so many members of my community that are either veterans or active duty.
Okay.
And so it was just kind of they approached me. I was like, you know what, that sounds like a really cool fit. And I've worked with them for a couple years now.
Okay.
And they're just a bunch of really, really good guys at the charity. And it was cool because I got pictures of people with it was
Stuff that you were able to get?
yeah, it was a thank you, and it had my profile picture on it. And
Wow, that's
it had,
cool.
we sent out, I think it was 22 crates the first year. So the crate is so they're bringing video games to those sometimes veterans, sometimes active duty. It's a tub that has a console in it, a bunch of games, headset, every gaming thing you could ever need. They just ship them out to them.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so I got a picture of basically a warehouse of these are all of your tubs. I was like, oh my God,
That's
okay.
cool.
Yeah, so
And have any of those guys, have any of those people continued to, people that you maybe gave a crate to and then they're still watching you many years later? Or
honestly, I don't know. I've met some of them at conventions though.
we're hey, I got my tub through you, or?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's not always a tub. Sometimes it's they send them off to a gaming convention so they can get away and experience that and have fun with them. So I actually had dinner with some of them at one of the conventions, which was really, really cool.
Okay, well, we are on literally the last little bits of your build. I've gotten to I got to put this power cable right here. That'll power your hard drive. And then we have 2 more little power cables. So I'm going to let you do these last 2 connections once I find what I did with the other one. There's one. Where's this other one? What did I do with it? Did I shove it somewhere it's not supposed to be? Is the question. And then we can turn it on. There it is. Okay, found them. Okay, so these are the last 2 connections right here. Last 2 power cables that you have to do it.
Okay.
So what they're going to do is they're going to go into these. And you can see there's a little L. See how it basically just lines up just like that.
Okay.
So I'll let you plug those 2 in. There's just 2 of them.
Okay.
And your whole thing is done and we can turn it on. Boom. There's one. Same thing. That one's just going to go into that connection right there.
Like this?
Yep.
Hello? Why isn't it lining up?
Is the L the right way?
I don't think it was.
Oh. Well, that's one. Yeah, it's like, luckily they make it so it only goes in one way.
Yeah, no, this has to go this way.
It's always weird. Perfect.
Maybe?
In there. There it
There
is.
we
You've
go.
done it. You've
Jeez.
hooked up the last one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to nicely throw this one down below. And then your PC is basically finished. Okay, all your cables are managed. Good to go there. So there it is, the whole system. I'm going to turn it over real quick and just make sure these one cable stayed. Just takes a second because these get wacky. And then we're good to go. There it is. And you just want that to be clean. And now we can take our cover, pop that on. There it is. Now it's completely hidden. You can't see any
really
cable management, even though we made it look nice.
Made it look pretty to cover it up.
And then this just goes on like that. There you go. You want to screw those in. There you go. Okay, if you want to come over to this side, here's your dust filter. It goes the other way. Yeah, perfect, just like that. And it goes down. Yes, kind of like sits down and then goes down.
Oh, maybe. Oh, it's just like,
Like this, like this. There you go. That's all good. There you go. And
oh,
boom.
that makes sense.
And that goes at the bottom. So that just pops right on there.
Weird. Oh my god. Wait, what?
It's actually a little easier if I set it up. There you go.
Because I can't see.
Yeah,
So,
right there. Push it in. And pop the top one in. Okay, now I'm going to hand you your two last pieces. Okay, that goes on the top, just like that.
I love that my eyes are just popping over it like, hello.
And then this goes just like, I'm trying to remember, just like that, I think. Yep. You just pop that down. Okay, your PC is built. You have an entirely built PC.
That's so
There it is
cool.
right there.
Woo!
Oh, last little bit that you get to do.
Yes.
A little piece of plastic. Peel right off of the I/O.
Oh, I see. All right.
And that is the celebratory peel. So now, let's plug it in. Which we should have a power cable. If not, I have one right here. It's okay, we have one. Luckily, we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, let's plug this in right here. Hopefully there's enough room here in this power cable thing to plug in said power cable. There's not. Oh, never mind. There's one right here. Okay, cool. There you go.
All right.
There you go. Now push that up to the 1, and then hit that button right there. There it is.
Ooh.
It is lit up like a Christmas tree. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The system is on. And then it's going to reset here in a second. Just does this little, as it's going through its whole cycle there. And there it goes.
Looks so nice.
Look at that.
Look at all the colors.
I know. And then it's going to reboot.
Yeah.
Because it's just got to do a hard reboot. And then it'll go back on in just a second. There it is.
Wow.
And it's going to do it one more
It'll
time.
do it again.
Just those initial post things. And then we're just waiting for all this. There's all the fans going, and we're done. Now, let us do the peel. It's what everybody loves. We're going to do our peel real quick.
Excited.
Yeah, so we're going to peel the inside one. That's not the fun one. And we'll get the other one on. So why is this not going to come? There it is. Okay, so you peel that off real quick.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's get it up so you
Yeah,
guys
we
can see. There you
gotta
go.
make sure they can see it. They can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
there we
There you
go.
go. And then we'll go to the front one here in a sec. You're peeling me. I'm appealing. Hi! 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 Hello! How are you? Hi! Hi! Nice to see. Okay.
All right.
Let's get this one on, and then you can do the final peel here in the front. Ugh. Okay. Now, if you want to seal that in there. You get a great view of my back right now, guys. Super appreciate that. Okay, if you want to come right, where do you guys, okay, let's see. If you want to come right here, we'll get it from here. Here we go. We'll line it up from here, just like that. If you want to grab the peel right here, and then we'll peel it this way.
Okay.
I'll give you a little corner here just to start.
yeah.
There you go.
All right.
All yours, madame. This is a big moment.
Oh,
There you go. Oh, that is a good peel. That is a quality peel. Oh, it's a good sound. And there it is, guys. A fully built,
Woo!
custom-built PC. That was, you know what? Honestly, that was a dang good peel. I got to
Was
say,
it?
that was, yeah. We have had a lot of peels here, and that was a legit, really good peel. Hi, how are you guys? Hi. And there it is from there. Okay, so guys, we're going to take a quick break. What we're going to do is we're going to move from here and head on over to we're going to head on over to play some Apex. Can we get this camera real quick? Just get it. Hi, how are you? We're going to play some, there he is. Just, hi. I don't know. I just wanted, like, it felt like we had to get some highs in
Yeah.
there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and play some Apex now, get everything going in there, and go from there. We're going to get some nice B-roll of this and all that sort of, it was cool, but it was still fun, and go from there. So yeah, you guys couldn't see me, but that's because it was spooky. That was your own spooky
it
stream
was
right there.
spooky.
Now, before we go through this, let's just give people a recap of what we actually have inside of this beast of an Arctic. It's like a Stormtrooper black, red, and white. Build that we have here. It's got a Intel 11900K. It's got the MSI MPG Z590 Gaming Carbon motherboard, which got PCIe Gen 4 and all that stuff. It's got a MSI RTX 3070 Ventus. We've also got that Intel 670p 1 terabyte, as well as also a Crucial P5 1 terabyte. So our game and OS drive is going to be super good. You got the WD Black 4 terabyte for all of those ASMR streams that she's going to be doing or whatever it is. We got Crucial Ballistic 32 gigs. We got that 5000D airflow, and then of course we've got those Hydro Series H100i Capellix AIO, as well as that 850 watt PSU as well. So it's going to be a absolutely killer build, and you killed it. You built 75% of this.
I know.
And then I just did I have to cable manage. I don't know what it is. It's just,
I
you just got to make it look
appreciate
pretty in the end and all that sort of stuff. But it came out absolutely gorgeous. It's got that black and red. I heard, rumor is, there is a dragon. We have a dragon, right? We got a dragon to celebrate the build.
dragon?
I don't know if you know this, but Lucky the Dragon, who's MSI's mascot, so they got you for your community to go with it. So there's Lucky the Dragon to go with your amazing community as well, as a big thank you for being on the show. Now, we're not done yet, guys. We're still going to be moving on. We still got one more code we're going to be giving away as well. So we got some more gaming ahead and all that as well. Plus, more Dragon and stuff like that. So now we're going to transition over. We're going to take about a 5-minute break, transfer over to some Apex Legends. Oh, an 8-minute break. Sorry, 8 minutes and 12 seconds and 22 nanoseconds. It's very specific how long the break is going to be. So we're going to be transitioning to that right now. Anyway, guys, we'll see you guys in just a few minutes, and we'll be right back.